Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 2 of the Vice City stream. I'm your host, actually looking forward to playing this, which is a nice feeling. Um, is anybody else? I'm actually honestly curious. You don't have to tell me yes. You can be honest with me. I don't want you, like I was just talking about, I don't want you to lick my boots. I want you to be honest. I just want you to not be a dick. It's such an easy thing to do. All you have to do is be a decent human being. And you can disagree and discuss and argue and dislike all day long. As long as you're a decent person about it. That's all I ask. But for real, guys, anybody else looking forward to this today? Because I am. Now let me double check, make sure we're good there. Make sure we're good there. Let's see. Okay, that's bad. I know that bug. That's actually a very bad bug. I may have to reinstall the entire game to fix that bug. So we're gonna take a moment here. That's what I had to do to fix it last time. Let's see if this works. Nope. Great. Alright, so let's reinstall the game really quick. I've actually run into this exact bug before, and this is how we fix this. So I'm just gonna delete the game. There we go. Then we're gonna reinstall the game. I'm not actually joking. This is how we're gonna fix this. Verify integrity. Oh my gosh, I have to download the whole game again. It's so weird. And now I have to... Oh no, I just leave the MP3 folder there. It's just... Boop. Now we have to go here and pull up the actual mod. There we go. Now we just wait a few seconds. Don't worry, it doesn't take long. It's not actually a big game. It's 2 gigs. You know, whoop-de-doo. This will take a few seconds.
Of course you follow me. They all do.
Solavanti is awesome. Thank you very, very much, Solavanti. Very much appreciate the support, although, of course, I will not be looking at what that is because of the whole alt-tabbing thing, but later today, I will check and I'll be very grateful for whatever it is you just gave. Thank you very much. Man, I remember when having a gig was a big deal, Loner. Not to get into an I'm old argument, but I distinctly remember. Oh, what was that? No, Mr. Red, we're not going to descend to their level. Although I could talk about that topic. But I remember having, oh God, what was it? I want to say it was like 100 megs of space on my 386 33 that I had. And having to uninstall games to install other games. And then uninstall the game to install the other game. It was a fun time. It was just normal, though. You know, nobody really thought about it. It was a lot, Kay. It was a lot. I got into having my own personal computer relatively late, so I had a decent one. That's not actually a joke. 386 33? Hell yeah. I could barely play StarCraft on that thing. Again, not a joke. Okay, so we've uninstalled, we've reinstalled, we've repatched. We're going to hit this button. We're going to hit this button. We're going to say hi to Blue Wolf Alex, and it's going to work perfectly. Please make sure to tell me if it's actually on the screen, though. Because as usual, I can't tell. Okay, excellent. Hey, look! The thing Takoda was just talking about. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Solavanti, for real. You can only play it on minimum speed, Micromono, and even then it would actually go even slower than it's supposed to. But yeah. I even played Total Annihilation. Matches took days. That's not an exaggeration. Like, I would play for a few hours because the game was running so slow. And I would basically get what is equivalent of like 2 or 3 minutes of gameplay in. And then I'd save, and then I'd come back to the match, the next day. All right. Where the hell are we at? All right, so we've got Madame Cleo. And we'll go ahead and do that.
No bother. I never knew animals were so interesting. We'll be back after this. You're on K-Chat. Don't go away.
Do yourself a favor. Pick up your telephone. Call now. 1-866-9-SAVE-ME. What better place to witness 40,000 years of nuclear winter than from the comfort of your very own space-ready nuclear bunker? When we raise 25 million, we will build a 50-story tall likeness of me. If we raise 300 million, the statue will rotate so I can look over this great city and cast an evil eye on degenerates. And when the imminent nuclear strike occurs, those who put faith into action with sufficiently generous contributions will join me inside the Pastor Richard Salvation statue as we blast into space. Contribute to the Pastor Richard Salvation Statue Fund. Pick up your telephone. Call now. 1-866-9-SAVE-ME.
It's a good idea. These are my new stretch goals, guys. If you donate $300 million, then I will allow you to join me in my space station as I orbit the Earth that I have conquered. But only if you're a hot girl. So, no, there was snail speed, Solivanti, but there was no actual graphical glitches. It worked just fine, weirdly enough. It was just slow. Which is just weird to think about.
My Batsu Thunder. On the toll road of life, you have to pay to prove you can. Live the emotion of an individual. The awesome power of nature distilled into one vehicle. Because after you get struck by lightning, there's thunder.
The Maibatsu Thunder. Hello, welcome back to K-Chat. I'm a woman, so I know it's important to discuss feelings. That's why we don't have any male hosts on this station. People open up more to women. I was telling my girlfriend yesterday, if a woman were president, we'd nuke a country every 28 days. In these times of trouble, of international scary things that cause anxiety, people seek soul ice. Or is that solace? Oh my god. Some visit lady friends, others go to a bar, and a strange few talk to rocks. My next guest is the author of this book, I'm Lovin' the Coven. She sits on the board of the Vice City Renaissance Committee, Gethsemane.
Gethsemane.
Gethsemane. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Amy. I brought you a crystal. Isn't it gorgeous?
I guess so, if you're into shiny glass. I prefer lacy gloves.
Amy, for many thousands of years, my people have been using crystals and gemstones to heal the sick. Take the crystal, and then, when the night is enchanted, and the candles have been blown out, and the wind sings through the branches of the eucalyptus, hold up your arms and sing, all dewy, my sky sailing pregnant moon, the goddess.
Pregnant moon? What are you talking about, Gethsemane?
Gethsemane.
Sorry, whatever. Do you even have a last name?
My compost coven named me Gethsemane Starhawk Moonmaker. Trust me, Amy, I'm quite accustomed to people persecuting us. It's been going on for thousands of years. Native Americans, they studied crystals. The ancient Chinese, Belgians, Superman, they all studied crystals. So why do you view it as so weird? Grab your crystal, hold it tight, and close your eyes. You will be...
I feel violated.
35,000 years, when the temperature...
Oh my God.
began to drop, the...
Hello? Hello? I'm looking for somebody around.
Back to being mind controlled.
You looking hungry, Tommy?
Do I know you?
Hush now. One more thing and I can let you go, Tommy. My boys gone war with them Cuban boys, but no guns. But the Cubans have a surprise coming. While they fight in the streets, you take this rifle and kill them in the hubbub. No one sees you, no one hear you. Now, Tommy, You do this for me, and you no longer tied to my apron strings.
Okay, Auntie.
I'm just glad she's decided, you know, not to let me keep being mind controlled forever. Wait, which one's which? Who am I trying to kill? It's voodoo magic. Okay, I don't know. I'm assuming I want to kill the ones with arrows. So let's find out here. I've been spotted. No. Well, let's start the mission over. Aw. Fine, we'll try and hide. Get some adrenaline going. Gotta pop some pills. Ironically, one of the reasons why Tommy is so successful in lore is because he doesn't sample his own supply, even after he becomes a drug lord. I'm dead serious. Just about everyone else in universe kind of ends up sampling their own supply, and things go badly for them. This is what drugs do in this game, by the way. The buff, not, you know, literal drug. You know what I mean. This kind of slow-mo thing, which I think... Nope, it's still going. Damn it, Cord! Brought a sword. There we go. Let's go grab that sword, shall we? There we go. Now we got a real melee weapon.
I'm next in line, man.
Yep. You know, that mission, actually, I remember that being pretty mean.
Tommy, why you coming back here, fee? Me tell you, we don't want to see you around here no more.
So, we're free of the mind control.
You'll sit down in the bluegrass, eat a bowl of commemorative beans, and enjoy sing-alongs at one of our nightly funerals. It's the cowboy's code. Work hard, don't shower, and die in your boots. Right, Norm? My prostate. Farewell Ranch, the only way to ride into the sunset.
Well, A, I don't have a rocket launcher, and B, it wouldn't do anything, okay?
You like the film Exploder, you'll love this enormous commemorative survival knife. In the handle, you'll find all of the things you'll need in any wilderness, disaster situation, or the jungle of your backyard. It comes complete with fishing line, needle and thread for sewing gashes back together, and an incredibly useful and durable toothpick.
Tim, go on without me. I've got tough-sucking tooth.
It's okay, Ho-Chi. Try this!
For those unplanned extended stays in the jungle, there's a saw for building your own hut, toilet paper, and a fold-out woman for company, as well as a serrated blade that can kill a man before he can scream.
That'll show.
The Exploder Survival Knife. It's the knife that saved America.
Oh no, she was actually mind controlling us, Mr. Red. Although we don't know how. The implication is you know, hypnosis drugs, but we were definitely MC'd there.
Papi, hay problema, Tom. Papi, un gran problema. Humberto, my son, what happened? The Haitians. I hate these Haitians. They messed with me for the last time. These Haitians. We'll take them out. Only we need some backup. I lost a few hermanos already out there. Amigo, you drive good.
For a woman, right?
This is no time for joking. Come on, drive for me again. Take my boys over there, and then we'll take these Haitians down. If they mess with me, they mess with the biggest boy in town.
Remind me to change my outfit soon. In fact, actually, let's see here. Is there a clothes store by here? Because I'd really like to get out of this stupid outfit. Now, whatever. Whatever.
To prepare for a grand coracle journey.
You need a bigger car.
In Alaska along the Bering Strait.
What's a coracle? Oh, is that like a Maibatsu? I prefer American cars.
No. Coracle. Cora means Arabian gazelle, which we are.
It seems car crime, fashion crime, drugs, everything is on the rise.
Absolutely. Of course it is. When I was in Uganda, people were poor, but they were happy. The more you have, the less you have. And that's kind of what I'm all about. There's satisfaction in spending all day weaving a basket, rather than just buying one at the store. At one point in Uganda, I saw a great lake of sand and a massive speaking dog. It was a dog of love, not of hate. It was a spirit journey.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about hopes, dreams, the magic of television, especially public television. Puppets can say what men cannot.
Yes, but how will that stop people taking baseball bats and pounding the living crap out of each other, as I saw in a Mother's PTA group meeting recently?
Baseball is our national sport, our national pastime. Joining together as men in order to reward the act of running around in a circle. I will thank you not to take its name in vain.
You ain't hurt. Let's keep it that way. Oh, mister, our national game down here, my friend, is digging. Digging a big ditch. A ditch of hope, which will flood into a river of freedom. So far, we've dug 17 feet. We're almost free. Almost. When we are floating away in the Caribbean Sea, free to run things our way, singing Kumbaya in the sunshine. No school, no tax. Free barbecue and pinball for everyone. Sophisticated entertainment.
Yes, but what about the little guy? What about the guy who is standing there saying, I like being part of America. I like it a lot. I get public radio. I can hear Maurice Chavez. I own a small one-bedroom home, a business selling flowers to people stuck in traffic. 3 or 4 radios, all turned on to BCPR. A dog, 15 ice cubes. But I don't feel safe. I'm worried about gangs.
Gangs are a myth put out by the liberal elite to patronize and demean the working man. I mean, what kind of right-minded youth from a poorer background is going to spend his time stealing things and posing in silly clothes when he could be getting ahead with a minimum wage job and making his parent proud? The dream of America is to live in a duplex and share a yard. Why would anyone want to threaten that great future? Answer me that and I'll show you a green dog.
And speaking for the underdog, the foundation I set up with my trust fund, we believe gangs are a valid expression of a people's identity, a grouping, a community within a community. Gangs are a way to be noticed in the boxy suburbs. You scream out. Rather than urinate at the edge of your camp like a proud native, we spray paint our names on the walls of the mall to ward off predators.
And that's supposed to terrify people?
No. We believe passionately in non-violent solutions to life's problems. Gangs have to learn to love, to be inclusionary. We'd award badges to good gangs and give bad gangs a silly hat to wear. It would give people something to feel a part of. Kill with kindness, not a garden tool.
Yes, but what about the guy getting beaten up on the street? Or the man having his motorcycle stolen? What about him?
Or her. Some of the best bikers are really women. Anyone can join our group. This is about poor people getting together.
But your father owns half of Florida. How are you part of the working class?
Like I said, possessions are not important at all. I'll pick up a hitchhiker in my convertible any day. The other day, I picked up a young woman and we discussed a non-violent solution to war. We called it peace.
Your father is a great man. He's done more for the arms trade in this state than anyone else, myself included. and you shame him with the socialist jiggery-pokery hootenanny. America needs hope, not songs that are supposed to send food to the poor. Songs will get you nowhere. This country needs something to aim for, like being rich and laughing at poor people, or being in government and laughing at the electorate.
Now, Mr. Shrub, let's not make this personal. I appreciate your attempt to press the point, but we are here to press the issue. My city is in trouble, and I think we're not really providing any serious solutions. So far, we've got secessionism, rearing its ugly head for the first time in a century and a half. We've got ignore it, and we've got give everyone a flower. You're all a little unrealistic, yes?
Come on now.
Maurice?
Not to say over-opinionated and moronic, Mr. Crashaw, how do we stop people running amok in the city with machine guns and heavy artillery?
You've got to give a man a chance. Prisons are overflowing with wasted potential. Make the guilty men innocent once more. Free them from themselves.
How? How on earth do you do that?
Well, you could let them off.
Marvelous. Great. That's a sensible plan.
Then they wouldn't be guilty anymore.
We've been doing that for years, you idiot. How do you think we'd keep prison costs down? They ain't by magic or cooking the books. We save that for education. But, as in most things, we in government are saving money so that you don't have to. When we spend less money on services, more goes to administration salaries and expenses, which helps make lives a lot less difficult for everybody. It's about sharing. Sharing your taxes out amongst the select few. That's why I worked so hard at school, so I could reap the rewards now.
I thought you worked hard at school because the other kids laughed at you and called you a square.
That's a damn lie. They called me wet fart.
They called me the Bat because my voice didn't break until I was 19.
So, Mr. Shrub, I take it you don't believe in regulation.
I believe in giving people a chance, not tying them down with lots of needless regulations. The fact is, business is run by moral people who won't do anything illegal or try to get rich quickly.
But since you got elected, Vice City has been characterized by a government who cut aid to the poor, offer tax breaks to the rich, and pay people to dump toxic waste near schools.
Yes, we've made a lot of progress.
And up on Capitol Hill, you were instrumental in pushing through a bill allowing the manufacture and sale of giggle cream, a dessert with potential lethal consequences.
Not true. Only 23 people have died, and several of them probably deserved it.
So, with people being set such a bad example by big business, how are they supposed to respect each other, to act safely in society? And how are they policed by a demoralized and underfunded police force?
Well, I'm afraid that's apparently quite a difficult question, but my solution is easy. I'm gonna talk for a long time about a subject not in any way related, and pretty soon people will forget all about it. I'll remind people that I have a great haircut, and that under my stewardship, Vice City has had on average 15% better weather than before, while crime rates only go up if you don't turn the graph upside down. Turn it upside down, and they have halved. Halved! Under me, Alex Shrub. Vote Shrub for president, and you'll have a friendly face in the White House. A man you can trust. A local man who likes golf and laughing and photo opportunities at your store or place of business. Just send me a letter. I'll send you an automated photocopied response. We call it democracy, and that's where the money goes.
Just a minute.
Don't interrupt. Let me finish.
But you're not...
This man won't let me speak. You, Shorty, shut up and let me speak. I'm taller than him, ladies and gentlemen, by at least 3 inches, which means I'm a lot more respectable looking. Everyone knows politicians lie and steal and cheat, but at least with me in charge, you know I look good and I have a very supercilious manner. Besides which, I've been abroad, and I prefer it here because I'm a man of the people. Vote Shrub. You'll get richer, and you won't feel guilty about it.
Enough! We're running out of time, and you completely failed to answer the question.
I'm a professional. That's my job.
And Mr. Hickory, what about you?
All right. These problems are typical of what happens with an open border to the north. The state is filling up with trash. People who can't tell the difference between a swamp and a marsh. Guys who don't know the first thing about the legality of marrying within the family. That's why we need a river. People, I'm telling you, pick up your spades, go into your garden, start digging as deep and as far as you can. Pretty soon the whole state will be flooded and ruined, and then they'll have to leave. We must build a moat to the north or they will come down and ruin this great state.
And Mr. Hickory, were you born in Florida?
What a stupid question of all the cheek.
Were you?
Of course not. No one's been born in Florida since 1877, but I've been here for 5 years, which is a very long time.
Yes, it is. A very long time. Almost as long as this show. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Pressing Issues with...
Okay. I can only take so much Dilbert effect before I lose my mind. Hi, Snufflegrunt. Oh, thank God we're finally out of that stupid outfit.
And John Florida Hickory discussing safety. I guess you've all got to make up your own minds. Should we be as wet as fish or a corrupt money-grabbing thief? Gentlemen, I feel we really got somewhere, and that Vice City and people everywhere know a lot more than they did before we began. And now, over to Jonathan and Melissa to talk to you about public radio in your area.
You're listening to VCPR, the radio station for disoriented and unrealistic college professors who wear fuzzy sweaters and find everything terribly interesting. I'm Michelle Montanius.
Fascinating.
And I'm Jonathan Freeloader. Public radio is very important. You may have heard my recent hour-long story about my hike in the park.
That was fascinating and very important for everyone, even the blind. Play a selection, Jonathan.
I think this is the part where I came to the big tree.
I almost felt like I was there. You won't get this kind of nauseating detail on commercial radio. VCPR is 100% commercial free. Absolutely nothing interrupts your enjoyment of our fine programming and ability to tackle the important things like Jonathan's walk in the park. But we need you. Think of yourself as a member of this station, except you aren't allowed in the doors. That's an important metaphor for life.
Yes, how wonderful would it be to own an hour of this radio station? We just got an enormous pledge from Farewell Ranch. That's great. Farewell Ranch is a great place to take your loved one. Just dial 866-9-BURY-ME. Remember, VCPR is commercial and interest-free. Donate your money now. Let's get back to pressing issues.
Thank you.
So, Dilbert effect is a thing. What's sky? There's no sky there. But more to the point, here's an old joke for you. What's the difference between the people in Grand Theft Auto and the people in real life? The people in Grand Theft Auto are honest. This isn't a four-seater? Really? Oh, okay. Well, alright, we'll go with a van then. Is that a four-seater? Sure, we'll try this. Excuse me, I think you have a four-seater.
He finds what he needs.
No, you're right. It was the door number.
We gotta fight like men.
As opposed to what? We're gonna fight like monkeys! Actually, that would be pretty messed up. We're gonna fight like lettuce! I can also go with the FF5 quote. We're gonna fight like men, and women who dress like men! For the Cubans, it is morphin' time. If we fight like crabs, we're gonna have a giant weak point. That's just gonna be terrible.
Hey, amigo, good to see you can make it. These stinking Patience, we're gonna kill them all.
Yeah, you guys go first. I'll follow you back here at a safe distance with my sniper rifle. What? Oh crap.
How much of this you It's the real deal. How much you got it? Otro piñazo.
I have to wonder if they were just infinitely respawning because I hadn't moved forward or something. What? Wanted level? Why? What did I do?
Now my brother turned! Sniper on the roof! They fight like girls! Take cover!
Only girls use snipers.
Reinforcements from the cafe!
Why are all the Cubans hanging? No, you know what? I actually don't want to answer that. And yes, Solavanti, that would be it would be very normal in this setting to attack with a gun if your car was jacked.
Cowardly sniper!
Which is funny because they'll attack us, just not with, you know, guns. Okay, let me take out this cowardly sniper. Only a coward uses a sniper rifle. This is hysterical because if you were paying attention earlier, you saw this. They actually give us a sniper rifle anyways.
That's not fair. Fight like men with huge cojones!
Listen. I'm gonna go back here really quick. Get some ammo. I haven't even done it. Whatever. Okay, sure.
Does not agree with...
Excuse me. Nothing to see here. Ah, damn it. Frickin' cops. God, I hate cops so much. Ugh, why do you exist? Piss off. You. Put this thing off. Lose your wanted level. Nope, we're okay. We're okay. Just while we're here.
What you doing there?
Alberto! Uno cafe,
Papa,
senor.
don't serve the snake in the sauce. You're two-faced, Tommy. You're either two-faced or you're a wimp, baby boy. The Haitians, man, they're laughing at me.
Easy, easy. What's your problem?
They're laughing at me, Tommy, at me, Umberto Rubino. They're doing whatever they like.
Nobody does whatever they like, Umberto. They do what you let them do.
What?
You want somebody taken care of? I can handle it, but it's gonna cost you. I know we're brothers and all, but this is business.
Tommy, you a real man. Businessman, a gentleman. These Haitians, they have a load of product coming in offshore. Really good stuff. We take it, and we finish them. You take it, and I look after you. Like my brother. Like my son.
I think I prefer the cash to being bounced on your knee, amigo.
You know, the voice acting's pretty good in this game, but I'm not sure I like Leota's performance. Which is funny. For reasons I'll get into right now, I suppose. So, everyone's heard about, oh my god, you know, GTA, they're just, Rockstar's terrible with voice actors, they mistreat them and abuse them, and blah, 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 blah. Which may be true, I don't actually know. I was looking into this exact matter, because it came up yesterday. Turns out, there's actually a whole book about the making of this game. Do you know that? Jacked, I think. Something like that. And I read a few excerpts from it. Now, obviously, you know, two people disagree like, it's one of those situations where someone's lying, right? Because the two sides just can't reconcile with each other. But it's interesting reading the perspective of the Rockstar devs and the writers and the actual director, whose name I can't remember right now. I wrote it down. I have many notes. The director, which is... I have no idea how to pronounce that. Navid Kansari. He, let's just say that they had lots of issues, according to them, of course, with working with pretty much everyone. But the two big ones they bring up are Burt Reynolds and, of course, you know, the Tommy Vercetti's voice actor, Mr. Leota. One of the statements that they said was, at one point, Burt Reynolds... Now, okay, I want to share one other thing here, because Jaluda says both sides are off in lighting, and you're probably right. But I think we also had some cultural problems. I also think that it's partially because of the fact that this was in the early aughts, when there wasn't really a video game voice acting thing yet. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really an established industry at the time. As I pointed out many times, GTA 3 was unique for being fully voiced. And even in modern games, you know, that's still kind of a thing. Even a game like, say, Baldur's Gate 2, which obviously predates the game, I think. Actually, I'm not sure about that. But anyways, even Baldur's Gate has partial voice acting and so forth and so on. Anyways, one of the other things I've also said several times is that actors don't necessarily make good voice actors. We actually have dozens upon dozens of examples of that, with people who are good actors on screen, but terrible voice actors behind the mic. And this is interesting to bring up in this case specifically, because Leota himself mentioned that he had real difficulty getting into character. You're creating a character that's not been there before. It's so intensive. And they had to actually set up a blue screen to show him, to show Leota, like, early framework animations of the character work. So he would have some kind of an idea of exactly what he was doing, because he couldn't get into character otherwise. I'm not saying that's really his fault or a blame. I'm just pointing out it is a different thing. It's a whole different element. So we've got cultural issues. Oh, hang on. I'll get to the cultural issues. We've got the early status of video gaming, video game voice acting. We've got the fact that acting is different than voice acting. And then we have one last thing, which is the cultural thing. So one of the comments was that Burt Reynolds, who was apparently very upset at the director, in fact, they wanted to fire Reynolds from this game, no joke. But Burt Reynolds was upset with the director and said, you need to give a man an attaboy when he does a good job, after he flubbed a take. Now, the director didn't know what that meant. And it took some time and someone else to come in and be like, oh, he wants to be complimented. He wants positive reinforcement in order to keep doing his job. Stuff like that, right? So I think basically, and this is just my opinion, I don't think that the actors sucked, and I don't think that the directors sucked. I think that this was a convoluted situation with a lot of different influences, all combining to make a mess. And nobody was happy with it. That's my take on it. I know, kind of boring, but there it is.
Hey, Rico. Nice boat. You ready?
See, Tommy? Now you be a good shot today. My boat, she no good. Full of holes, okay?
I'm just gonna talk over this. Talking. This is just me talking. Please don't mute me, YouTube. YouTube, please don't mute me, because this cutscene, which is going on and on and on and on, and there we go. Okay. Oh god, I didn't walk in this with armor. I actually meant to. Who'd I miss? Seriously, who'd I miss? There we go. No! Shut up! And I'm dead. I have 2 health. The moment anyone hits me with anything, I'm dead. Just gonna do that. Screw it. I don't like cheating, but screw you. It's better than redoing the mission.
Respond to a 10-17 northwest Taxi Island. There is a 10-7 northwest Taxi Island.
Let's grab some drugs, like you do.
This was a 10-17 northwest Taxi Island.
Yeah, as usual, the carbine is mean, although it's not actually the best gun in the game. That'd be the minigun, which is just absolutely ludicrous. Oh, what's his face? Sardine spaghetti? Okay, you gotta explain that one to me. How does that work? Damn it! Whatever.
Tommy Vercetti is an innocent man.
It's true. We are innocent. So, check this out. New feature. San Andreas does this too, although only for certain missions. Oh, I meant to get armor. What's the armor cheat? We'll just pretend I went and got armor. Oh god, I lost all my weapons too.
You were the...
I also need guns. Where am I? Oh, jeez. So what's a gun cheat? Like, what's the low-level gun cheat? The guns I have access to right now. Revenge. Which one of those three is the low-level cheat? Is there a low-level cheat? I suppose I should presume. I just assumed... You said there was 3 types of cheats yesterday. I assumed it was tiered. Let's see what we got here. Sniper rifle, flamethrower, some kind of machine gun. The crap. Oh no, this isn't a crap one, is it? That's alright. Shotgun. Yeah, okay, I can make this work.
Hey, Rico. Nice boat. You ready?
See, Tommy? Now you be a good shot today. My boat, she no good. Full of holes, okay?
It's okay, you're gonna die, Rico. Oh my god, why do you do this to me, game? So I was thinking about continental regression the other day and how it clearly indicates a manner of trying to push one's cultural bias into the realm of the political... Oh, thank god it's done. Hello, Who Girl. Just realized I'm stupid. Chill here for a second. I don't know if stars will fade from 2 stars in this game. I know they will from 1. And I know it varies based on location in other games. So we're just gonna chill for a minute. They don't? Okay, whatever. I accept. The cops coming after me. All I'm doing is shooting people who are shooting at me. That should not be a crime. I am currently being shot at. They don't get arrested.
You know who you're up against, mister?
Respond to a 1017 Northwest 36
Yeah, I know my health is really low. We're just gonna commit to the cheating side, whatever. No, she's a Who girl. Like, so you've seen Doctor Who, right? Of course you have. Everyone has. I mean, who hasn't seen Doctor Who? So the Doctor was like, you know, I really wish I could have an awesome girl who was also of the Who. And that's Who Girl. It's very simple. Yeah, no, I remember some of the later missions can cause issues, especially with replays, but... What's the no police cheat? I'm just curious. For no reason, really. Oh, there's the pain spray. Oh, God. No, a little... Oh, God, get out, get out, get out. Yeah. Crap, of course that's a dead end. Yeah, the police definitely want to kill me. I don't know why. Yeah, I saw that, Loner. Cars? Hello? A car that isn't a cop car?
Up yours!
No. Is there any car on this street? In this entire... Here's a car. A vehicle. No, that's not. That's a cop car. Is that a... That's another cop car. Why are there nothing but cop cars? What's the cop cheat? Since I'm gonna die trying to find a car to enter the pain spray at this point.
Give it up!
Thank you. Jackasses. To my knowledge, you can't use a cop car to do the pain spray trick, although I could be wrong.
I'll get him.
Thank you, Solavanti. Appreciate the bit, sir. Hey, now there's cars!
Come on, get lost.
So yeah, I could do that mission over again, or I could cheat. Easy answer. It's okay, we're probably going to cheat in all three of these games, so whatever. Hey, I brought you some drugs. Oh, that's why the cops were after me. They wanted to get high. Duh. Or they wanted to sell it for themselves. One of the two. Maybe both. Very possible.
Hey, ladies! You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill me a Haitian. And then I'm going to make love like a man. You know that, chica? Something like this.
Gross. Loser.
Hey, baby! I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Humberto Romina, he likes the ladies, not some goat in a skirt. Tommy, I love you. I love you. Let's go.
Go where? Can I get a cup of coffee first?
No time for coffee. Besides, I just had one. We're gonna take out the Haitians. Tommy, how do you take out a snake? You bite him in the ass.
Whatever you say, Humberto.
Tommy, You go and get us a little Haitian car. When you get it, come back and pick up my boy, Pepe. And take them out to the Haitians. Then, you go around to the Haitians' processing plant. And you use their solvent as an explosive. Boom! Bye-bye!
Humberto, what about you?
I'm going to stay behind and watch over that cafe with Papa. He's not feeling so good, you know?
Yeah, he never actually does anything.
Was this? Maybe the last thing I needed was an enema, but this comes close.
God damn it. Come on. Yeah, it worked. Okay, got a Haitian car.
Let's go find our muchacho.
It'll make you talk real low.
Thank you again, Sonobanti.
Giggle cream. It makes dessert funny.
Oh, geez, who girl? I'm sorry.
Putting my needle into another groove. If it's not skipping, don't be tripping.
One moment. What about? I'm gonna go repair the car before we move on, without cheating. Oh, yeah, sorry, let's do this. I hope I just didn't lose the VOD because of that. That would be unpleasant. Oh my god, this thing. There we go. All fixed up. For certain definitions of the word. Yeah, this car sucks, by the way. Like, it's hard to even explain how much this car sucks. Yeah, we talked about up force. This car has a lot of up force. Portal 2 Disco. I know that's not a film. And I don't care. I suppose Lord of the Rings would be, you know, backup. No, so, okay, downforce is a real thing. But in video game design, usually cars adhere more to the ground, which basically makes their turning radius better. You know, they have tighter grip, effectively. Now, I have made up a term that is totally not an official term called upforce, which refers to a car that is slippery and loose and wonks all over the place. Oh, there's a paint spray up here, whatever. Like the cop cars back in 3, for example. In other words, if you make a light curve, whoop, that's upforce. These things have ridiculous upforce. I think they might be the most upforce car in this game. I could be wrong about that, but they certainly feel like it. You'll notice I'm actually not even going fast because I don't want to take any corner a little bit too hard. Because these things are stupid. Any questions?
Whoa, man! You drive like a crazy bitch!
So now...
Hola, amigos! Oye, the solvent is around the back, amigo. Bueno, Haitian putas. Wait. Vamos. Vamos indeed. Follow my compadres.
Of course, the music's freaking out.
You know, they do nice pizzas here. Okay, in you go.
Super smooth, D. Daniel. Super smooth. I'm sorry, Solovante.
Going to plant the bomb. Cover me.
Oh no, they're shooting. Game. There we go. Oh my god, I think we have to give a negative for chatter. The repeated quotes, you know? Oh, come on. Ah, there we go. What? What? But come on!
DJ.
Of course you follow me. They all do.
Thank you very much, Snufflegrown. Even though my music selection sucks, I still appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Even the music in this game doesn't really work. I don't know why it's glitching out like that. Thank you very much. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill myself. And then I'm going to type. And that. We're just going to do a refill. Where'd my car go? I had the frickin'... Come on. Stupid goddamn son of a son.
Music effort.
I had a beautiful woman. Lived around this neighborhood.
Sorry, it's from my aunt.
Man, this is a nice part of town.
So my aunt is a grandparent now. One of my aunts. I've got 3 aunts, but yeah. Woo!
Hey, we need a Haitian gang car. Oye, let's go find our muchachos. Whoa, man, you drive like a crazy bitch.
Thanks.
Hola, amigos.
And thank you again, Sullivan.
Around the back, amigos. Bueno, Haitian putas. Muerte. Vamos. Vamos indeed.
Wait, that makes me a cousin? Hang on. So my mother's sister's daughter had a child. Doesn't that make me an uncle? Like another uncle? 3rd time? No, 4th time I'm an uncle then. Something like that. I don't know.
Okay, in you go.
How would that make me a cousin, though? Like, I'm a cousin to her son, not her daughter's child. Right? I mean, I don't know. I don't care either. I'm just happy for her. Thank you very much, 10-Headed Hydra. Much obliged, sir. Thank you. If you give me a moment, I will jot that down. 10 head Hydra, 2 VTM B1. And thank you again, sir. Whoops. Okay, so where the hell is this staircase? Is it upstairs? Let me just ask that. That'll make it easy.
Going to plant the bomb. Cover me.
Hey, man, I don't want any trouble, man. I wouldn't do it.
Whoops. No, I guess I could just kill these guys. I don't have to be going through here on fire. Under fire. I can talk. Let's go do this really quick. Look, my car is super amazing, Solavante. It's the best car in the hood. Come on. Well, that's an interesting problem to have. So, apparently, so I'm like, okay, he means to the right of the entrance, right? Nope, nothing there. Okay, maybe he means to the right of this entrance from this perspective. Nope, nothing there. Maybe he means more to the right of the entrance. Nope, nothing there. Maybe he meant inside, and then I went back inside to check. And Aha! God. I want to know why my solution didn't work, damn it. Like, I went over the frickin' wall successfully. The game's like, no, you're still too close. Screw you. Damn it.
To the show.
Thanks, Amy. However, you have mispronounced my name. It's Madge, which rhymes with badge. As in duh. And no, as in more than you. Maginot. Anyway, thank you for having me on the show. It's always a pleasure to discuss my art.
Yes, you're so funny. Now, Claude, you're an interesting man, if you don't mind me saying so myself. Because on the one hand, you're on the funniest show in the whole wide world, just the five of us. And on the other, you do those weird theater dance shows, which aren't funny.
Yes, thank you. Technical school dropout. I'm sure sitting here talking all day is terribly difficult. Juilliard is...
I'm sorry, what was that? Yeah, because I don't work. You know, I don't have a real job after all. Well, I've decided to kill that guy. Trojan Voodoo.
Sleeveless t-shirt at Vice City's...
Well, she couldn't call you Snow White, though. Okay. Because then she'd just suddenly and mysteriously die. It'd be very strange.
I had a beautiful woman. Lived around this neighborhood.
Get out of the way!
This is a nice part of town.
No, Snow White would then die as well. Sorry. He would just suddenly turn into ash. It would be very strange. I'm not actually 100% sure what happened, but since there was no corpse to examine, you know, there's not a lot to go off of. What did happen to Hagaide long term? I don't remember right now. remember what happened to Coulson. He committed suicide. There we go. See, I feel like there's one always parked up here, and I was right. Yeah, so Coulson was captured by people who don't understand the negative conflicts of capturing. And so, in order to demonstrate to them how much people don't like being captured, he committed suicide.
Whoa, man, you drive like a...
I'm not actually making that up.
Hola, amigo. Oye, the song...
Zeiss was there too, but I don't think he committed suicide. He, you know, lived. And I believe was involved with the reclamation of the Tumarog.
No, they do nice pizzas here.
Hey, don't worry about it, Nero's. No, Reddit. We are playing 3, Vice City, and San Andreas for this particular run.
Okay, in you go.
Oh, that's right. You decided to head into space, didn't you, Kay? Once the Empire showed up. Listen, Nero says, once I kidnap you, you'll have to commit suicide, and it'll be fine. No one will judge you for it. Well, I gave everyone a choice, Kay. Coulson chose that. I didn't decide that he committed suicide. I don't blame him for it. It's just, you know. Whoop! Overshot. Sorry. You can probably tell my patience is mostly gone right now. There are fates worse than death. That is extremely true. I have suffered some of them. Get out of my way.
I want to hear you scream.
I want to hear you scream. Everyone's just standing there. They're fine. Probably Celavante. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but that sounds like a, you know, a common positive to me. So common, I can't even think of an example of it. Yeah, I think we're going to jot that one down into the badly designed missions, and I'm just going to kind of make a list. What was that? Trojan? Something.
Tommy, Umberto Rubina.
Hey, how's the cafe?
Oh, wonderful. Incredible, Tommy. Incredible. No wimps, Tommy. Just real men. And the beautiful women. Anyway, I wanted to tell you, me and Papi, to us, you're Cuban. You have proved yourself, man. You got big cojones.
Well, thank you, Umberto. Nobody said that to me since I left jail. See you around.
You're probably thinking, why do we even bother? Well, we kind of need the money. We do want to take over the town later. Plus, we got to do this. But no, I'm going to make a list of aggregate negatives, because it's not like that was a negative by itself mission, right? I mean, no, there's much worse than that. Up force. Oh, come on! I actually had that. Hey, nope, we're out. I didn't need that armor anyways.
I'm not crazy understand how to treat a lady, huh? Don't make me check my team. Not me.
That's a cop. Evening, officer. I'm a perfectly legitimate businessman.
Yo, be easy. Yo, you got it. Yo, I'll tell you anything you want, yo. Get out the way.
I know what I'll do. I hate cops.
hell are you doing, man?
Oh, I'm sure he did that on purpose. I get to ding this guy and get a quick buck off of him. Or made his quota for the day. Because cops do have quotas, at least here in the States they do. That's not a joke, by the way. The Wire's a TV show, right? I mean, it could be worse, Lord Harriman. It could be a century ago. But yeah, no, I'm not speaking from a fictional perspective. In real life, there are actual police districts and actual police jurisdictions, which are at the county level primarily, but also work at the city level, that have quotas in order to determine whether or not they get their budget for that quarter. Best written character death I've seen in the last year. So here's the interesting question. Here's the interesting point, Solavanti. I've actually thought about it and I can think of a few. But I can't answer you, because I don't like to spoil unrelated things on stream. So, all I'm going to say is, I can think of a few.
You're sweaty.
I am not sweaty, thank you very much. Yes, the best character death in all of fiction is in Mass Effect 3. I think we can all agree on that. In case you're wondering which character death, it was the death of the franchise. You know, I like how I literally just said no unrelated spoilers and then Kamek just spoils something on stream. That's actually amusing to me. Please don't do that. And then Dream Whisperer does it too. Oh. And you know, this is starting to confirm a theory I've had for a while, that you guys don't actually listen to me. Or maybe you're not actually there. Maybe I'm just talking to nothing. Now, Grand Theft Auto we can spoil, because we're playing Grand Theft Auto. So, best GTA death. Let me think on that one for a bit. Pedestrian 387. I'll always miss them.
Yes, was pleased and would like to meet you again.
Is that a good thing?
Of course, although I'm starting to think that Diaz was responsible for our unfortunate loss.
What makes you say that?
One does not wave accusations at a man like Diaz. I'm merely thinking out loud. No matter. I have a proposal that you could profit.
I don't have time to run more errands, Cortez.
I would have thought a man with such dangerous dates would be hungry for opportunities. Please, Tommy, at least hear me out.
Go on.
I have a buyer for a piece of military hardware that is being taken through town. Pick it up for me. And once you get it, I want you to call me immediately. Ben?
Really, Kamek? Really? You know, have you ever heard of a game called Final Fantasy VII, Kamek? I'm just curious. You might not have. It's a game that came out in 90-something. Doesn't matter. Did you know that I know two people personally who have never played it, and in fact are actually going to do a new playthrough fresh in preparation for FF7R? But yeah, it's okay. We'll just go ahead and spoil it for them because it's an older game. No, dude. I know that that's a common attitude, but I massively disagree with it. Distance does not make spoilers acceptable. Let's go with... Is that? That's just the pistol. See you around, Kamek. Yeah, there's a reason I tend to use "It Was His Sled" as a fake spoiler. Because not only is it really, 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 really old, but more to the point, it's not actually a spoiler, and nobody gives a damn. I mean, avoiding all spoilers is basically impossible, but that's why I try to do the unrelated spoilers thing. Yeah, we're playing GTA, we can spoil GTA. Cool. Roman dies in GTA 4. And honestly, that actually might be one of the most impactful. That was one of my first thoughts, but I was trying to limit myself to 3 to San Andreas. You know, these 3 games. See, the weird thing is none of the character deaths in these ones really affect me all that much. That's true, Wilking. Oh, this mission. I just realized what mission this is. Okay, first thing we're gonna do. Then... we're dead. Okay, so, that didn't work out.
You know you want it. Get out of the way!
That is true, Blue Wolf Alex. Basically, this is a line in the sand for me, just to put it as simply as I can. I am pretty anti-spoilers. And I know full well that, you know, it's impossible, and I'm not going to succeed, and people are still going to be spoiled. But this is one of the issues I care about enough to go ahead and put the effort into. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stop buying chocolate, but I am going to try to not spoil unrelated things. This is my hill. We all have to choose our hills. You know? Oh, plenty, Loner. I'm not going to, but I can think of plenty.
What do you...
No, I don't think I will, Loner. Although I streamed a game that was one of them recently. And I actually streamed another one recently, too. One started with an F and one started with a K. That's all you're getting out of me. Well, the problem, Silivanti, is I don't stand by principles. Nobody does in the entire world. Everyone compromises their principles. I'm dead serious. I'm not trying to be negative or derogatory. I'm not even trying to be insulting. We all do that. The difference is most people decide on specific issues, and those are the issues they're going to bother with, you know? And they're not going to bother with other issues. I don't think that's hypocritical. I just think that's human nature. We cannot stand on every hill simultaneously. It's not something we are capable of doing. The world is simply too terrible. Forgive me for being real for a second here. So we pick and choose. We pick and choose our battles. You know? I have to admit, to talk about a spoiler I can talk about, Roman's death really did hit me hard, but as I said, he's one of my favorite characters in that game. And one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise, honestly. As I've said many times, Roman is a very human, very understandable character. with a surprising amount of nuance to him. He's probably one of the most human people in the GTA series, a series that's almost always about caricatures, or exaggerations, or crazy people. And yeah, Roman was effectively innocent. He was an idiot, and I'm not trying to say that he wasn't, but he wasn't in the business. We did that as Nico. And he died because of us. I have a couple other hills, but that's just the one that comes out most of my job. I don't think we have Dakota. Do I have any grenades? Whoops, of course I don't. Actually, I do legitimately think that the world in general is basically crazy. Like, imagine if you copy-pasted real life and just made everyone in the entire world a bit more crazy. That's GTA. It's a distension. And if you think about it from that perspective, all of a sudden everything makes so much more sense in lore. There's also the occasional individuals who are not crazy. Laszlo actually being an example of that. Well, probably closer to 5 or 10% K, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, you ever see The Last Action Hero? That's actually a they stopped at a stoplight, so she... Yes, Dakota. That's a good example of what I'm kind of talking about here. You know, in the universe, in the action film reality, and these things are just kind of normal. That's GTA. Probably, Adam. So, them stopping at the light was it? Wow, it was. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Alright. I was waiting for them to stop and go take a break. I didn't realize them stopping at the stoplight was it. That was my one opportunity. See, I've never waited for them to stop. So I don't, you know, I'm not aware of the strat here. Excuse me. That's what I usually do, D. Daniel. Just run through, get in, attack. Damn it, so want to. Well, let's try the blocking strat. See if that works out. Pretty sure this is a non-mandatory, but I did say I was going to try very hard to do all the, you know, non-mandatory missions in this game. And in San Andreas. I'm not going to do all the super optional stuff, though. We're not doing the firefighter missions, the ambulance missions, the taxi missions, the vigilante missions, and the robbery missions, and I feel like I'm missing a few there. I try to avoid cheats when I can, Adam. Also, this is only a pseudo-Lorerun. Because for some reason, there's a sect of people on the internet who really don't like it when you cheat in video games. Not when they cheat in video games. Not when you're playing against them in a versus environment. Just, they see someone else cheating in a video game and it like sets off this switch in the back of their mind. And they just go crazy. It's kind of nuts. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so negative, but I don't get that mentality at all. I never have, and I never will.
Convoy, halt! Get that civilian vehicle out of our way!
Sir, moving vehicle, sir!
What's up with the gunner? Don't know, sir. Attack some defensive position!
Enemy fire! Civilian in the tank, stop him!
You know, at some point, you'd think they'd stop coming after us when we're in a tank, you know? Like, logically. You'd think at some point they'd be like, alright, enough. We're done. We're done.
We got a stolen car, robbery in progress, over. This is 5793, I'm in the area.
I know it's not programmed that way. It's always kind of amused me a bit. There's one of the survivors of our encounter right there. So this is what I was talking about back in GTA 3. Quite a few missions just kind of have a script to clear your wanted level. In fact, that's actually going to come up in San Andreas, and I'll talk about that when we get there. I know, right, Wilking? There's a tank! Quick, get it! It didn't work! Get it! Why isn't this working? You know, I wouldn't have hit her if she hadn't jumped in my way just now. We're gonna go save, then we're gonna go do Diaz missions, because I need to be able to buy freaking properties. I'm tired of only having one save spot in the entire game. I want more save spots, damn it. Of course I do, Tigzar. I don't think there's ever been a GTA game I have not found amusing, to some extent or another. It's a matter of severity, complexity, and depth, Solavante. Sometimes a game just doesn't have that much lore to discuss. Or... Oh, come on! Or I don't know the lore that well. Can you, Nas? Because I tried yesterday and it wouldn't let me. Do you mind pointing one out for me so I could go see if I can do that? Oh, thank God. Finally a bike. Either way, we're going to save really quick here. But anyways, does that answer you, Solavante? Like, if you wanted me to lore run WoW right now, I could do that. Because I know that right off the top of my head. Or Star Trek, or Final Fantasy, or Mega Man, or like a dozen other things. Yeah, maybe not, Adam. If you wanted me to lore run, say, Halo, the answer is just going to be flat out no. If you want me to lore run something like, say, Metroid, well, I know that pretty well, but there's not a lot of lore there, so Pseudo-Lorerun. If you want me to lore run something like, say... I'm trying to think of another counter example now that we haven't already done. So here's the whatcha-pig place. Connect Star Wars. Oh my goodness! Exclamation mark. I'm glad you're getting good rest now, at least, period.
Hello, I'm a girl.
Eh. What do you know? I can buy it. Now, I'm not going to buy this one because it's too close, but holy crap, I didn't actually know I could buy those. I was told by multiple people, including off camera, that I can't buy stuff until I, finish the Diaz Mansion mission. The Mana series? I would probably also qualify as pseudo, if we're being 100% honest. I mean, yeah, I could talk to you about the Mana series, but if I start talking about the... I don't even remember the name of thems. And how, they kind of are the driving force behind the entire franchise, you'd probably look at me and go, who? And you would be right to do so, because the games barely reference them. No, not the God Beasts. No, I would have to look it up. I don't remember. It's some random stupid name. Thanatos was one of them, for example. And the chick from Dawn of Mana. Yeah, that has now been revealed to be Black Vial. I don't think I would do a Thief lore run at all, to be completely honest with you. That would just be a review. Of course, I know the distinction doesn't matter to you guys. I've started thinking maybe I should stop trying to label everything not a lore run. Like, to me it makes sense to have the 3 distinctions of runs, but everyone just calls everything I do a lore run.
What did the boss say?
He asked me for everything. Everyone will know my name. If he dies,
I'd make fun of this, but I've seen people talk like this in real life.
everyone will know my name. What did the boss say? Everyone will tell anyone about it.
Eject! Plastic crap! You doing this to me? Who do you think you are, you piece of plastic shit? Oh! Oh.
Sorry, we've actually seen this cutscene before. But just for you, D. Daniel. I'll let the intro play.
Got anything to say for yourself?
Which one's this one? Oh, this, right, I remember this one, and why we screwed up. Come on.
Let me guess.
There we go. Go away, Lance. Nobody likes you.
We got some competition.
Premier Run, Classic Run, Lore Run, Pseudo-Lorerun. And I suppose Chill Run, if you want to call it that. I mean, they're all runs. That's the one common element.
Oh, man. Real fresh.
Appropriate music.
It's time for the fans dance.
No, Eddie Murphy's too likable. I don't want him to play Lance Vance, the dancing Vancinator. I know that's selfish of me. I just don't care. Oh yeah, Lance is a childish dick.
Watch yourself. They're coming from all over. Got it. Head for Diaz as fast as you can. Eat it. Eat it. Sleep with the fish.
Yeah, if Lance wasn't basically a child, childish, to be clear. Then yeah, he'd be a lot better character. Even despite the fact that he betrays us horribly. See, it's okay to spoil something in Vice City, because we're playing Vice City.
Gunman on that jetty.
southwest 93.
It's relevant, though, because the whole reason Lance betrays us is because he's a childish prick who thinks he should be a bigger fish than he is. Keep in mind that he is basically carried by Tommy throughout this entire game. And yet his biggest grief is that he thinks he deserves a bigger slice of the pie than Tommy gives him. That really says everything that needs to be said about Vance in a nutshell. Right there. Prick. It makes sense, don't mistake me. He's not a get-off-my-screen character.
You're a real, proper grade A.
But I do hate him.
Well, thank you.
See you around, Tommy.
Okay, Mr. Lance Vance Dance.
It was extremely satisfying killing him. Although not as satisfying as killing, say, Big Smoke, or Ryder, or OG Luke. Let's hear another one of these fascinating conversations here. Or Dimitri, yeah. His brother was cool. It's a shame his brother died in the first, like, 10 seconds. Well, 1 minute of the game. Okay, that's enough of that. God, I have no weapons right now. I should probably fix that. See that? I just made that cop disappear. I have that power.
Come on, I'm late for tennis. That moose, amigo, come on. I have a homing device, you know.
OG Loke lived? I guess he does. I was actually confusing OG Loke and Ryder. Huh. You're right. Yeah, we just destroy OG Loke's career, don't we? To put Mad Dog back up. Listeners, you're the cop, lady. As usual, I'm trying not to talk about San Andreas too much right now, since, you know, it's a long game. We'll have plenty of time to talk about it. Hey, Morbidian. Welcome to Vice City. And the traditional, classical, you might even say, Vice City music. I'm actually looking forward to San Andreas. Oh, you son of a... Quite a bit. But, I mean, of course I am. It's San Andreas. I was talking about this last night. So I've played all the way through Grand Theft Auto 3 twice. Counting yesterday. I have played all the way through Vice City 3 times, not counting this run. I've played all the way through San Andreas closer to 9 or 10 times.
Yo, Tommy, it's Lance.
Yeah?
Oh, nice to hear from you, Lance. Come on, man. Be cool, be cool.
I'm in the middle of something. What do you want?
Nothing. Just to say, you know, look, Tommy, we can do this thing. You and me, no problem. You know what I mean?
We're going to have to do it, because otherwise we're going to be dead, Lance. We're in too far now. But thanks for the call. Speak to you later.
Actually, funny little story. I'll tell this more later in depth, but basically, the first time I actually got into the GTA series was with San Andreas. Not the first franchise that's true for me. I wonder if this game runs on the 15 and 60 second rule like San Andreas does. So there's two types of calls in San Andreas that push things forward. There's 15-second calls and 60-second calls. A 15-second call will happen every 15 seconds until you pick it up. You know, if you get interrupted, they'll call back 15 seconds later. Which is a good design, actually. It makes sure that you're going to get the call without having to wait too long. Minor calls, which aren't really plot relevant, those take 60 seconds to pop back up.
Right, me old China. It's Paul. I might have a little result for you, but I need to speak to you in person. I'm enjoying a little R&R at the Club Malibu. I reckon you're going to owe me a favour or two after this, sunshine. I'll see you later.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it operates under the same rules, but I don't know. That's why I'm mentioning it. Like I said, I know more about the underpinnings of San Andreas than the rest of these. Like all the rest of these. Hey, GSR. Hope you're enjoying the authentic Vice City soundtrack. Yeah, Cord all of a sudden just popped into the game. It's okay. Kent Paul is actually pretty cool in San Andreas. No, that's actually a common thing I've seen, Ten-Headed Hydra. What's funny is I've heard several people say that GTA 4 feels bigger, even though it is demonstrably smaller. Like, 4 is actually a very small map, relatively speaking. It is just very dense. And in my opinion, very well designed, but we'll get there.
I'm gonna save your Vera, mate. What the hell are you talking about? You know that wanker Diaz, the Bugelmeister? He's got your boy Lance. Word is your mate tried to jump him. Didn't jump high enough, if you know what I mean.
Where did he take him?
All right.
In plain English.
Keep your party on. They got him across town to the junkyard. Bloody hell, you nutter!
So this should be a fun mission. Damn it, Lance. Can we just let him die? We're going to kill him anyway, spoilers. Tony actually does care about his people. In fact, he goes out of his way to take care of his people pretty regularly. It's a common theme. It's another one of the reasons why he succeeds when everyone else fails. Hi, Balladrix. And yes, Tigzar. Copy wrong is really bad in this one. So yeah, we have to copy wrong it up. Oh my god, give me a car. Give me a car. Yeah, Lance would become another Diaz. Let's put it that way. Hang on. Yeah, we'll do this route. Yes, very true, Lord Harriman. Very true. It's funny, because Tommy is a violent thug, but he also does have actual business sense and legitimately cares about the people working for him. It's a really weird combo. I went the wrong way, didn't I? Nope, this is right, this is right. Yeah, that's what we kept saying yesterday, Tigzar. Tommy is a thug who has a brain. Nice little combo there. I've heard a couple people in interviews at Rockstar say that Tommy is supposed to be, you know, the overall best in a fight amongst the protagonists. I don't think I believe that personally, but I can see why they'd think that. So what you're saying, Will King, is he has a brain. I mean, even Rosenberg, he apparently only cut him off because Rosenberg's, you know, crack addiction. Hi, guys. Oh, what the hell was that? I apparently can't go in a straight line? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I have no guns. I have a gun. Let's grab a gun really quick, shall we? 8 health is plenty. What are you talking about? Oh, crap. How are you alive? Just gonna do that real quick. Grab that, grab that. Ugh, this is the bad SMG. Who is shooting me?
I'm paid muscle.
So thanks, Lance, for completely spoiling everything and basically forcing our hand. Appreciate it, buddy. We've even explained to him why we're doing it this way, and he's just like, no, I'm just going to be an idiot.
There goes my careful planning blown to shit. Thanks to you. You screwed up real good, Lance.
He killed my brother. What do you expect me to do, mow his lawn?
Yes!
Take out that prick Diaz before he takes us out. You okay to use a gun?
Sure, I guess. Nice to see you, too.
Let's get out of
Yeah,
here.
you're welcome for saving your life, you jackass. God, I want to shoot him. I'm not gonna, because, you know, no mid-mission checkpoints, but I really just want to shoot him. Idiot. And yeah, that was a little close. That's why I just started cheating there. I was like, this is going to be tight if I don't. I suck. Think of a route here. Okay. Wait, what? No, I'm right, I'm right. Yeah, this song is from a little-known game called Mega Man 7. Yeah, we rescue him, we take him to the hospital, after he screws up our plans, and ensures... He basically almost kills us. That's another thing. Steelheart. It was probably a good move, Dream Whisperer. It wasn't really all that useful or relevant. It was just kind of a time waster thing in San Andreas.
Get patched up and meet me on the bridge to Star Island, okay?
Okay, I got you.
You're welcome. No, Donald Glover's too likable. And he's too good of an actor. Let's grab some damn guns. Well, actually, hang on. We got... Yeah, no, I want to buy a gun. It's okay, I live in America. I can buy guns. He doesn't sell the guns I want. Oh, of course he doesn't. What?
Tommy, Tomas, it's Cortez. Look, the French are giving me all kinds of trouble, amigo. Them hypocrites. They spend 100 years stealing from poor countries, and they call me a thief, huh? I'm going to need your help as soon as possible, amigo. So please hurry, huh? Tommy, I need you, all right? I hate the damn French.
Oh, what did the French ever do to you? Other than, you know, everything you just said. Yeah, no, I've known people like that, Solavanti. Maybe that's part of why I don't like Lance so much. Also, I hope you enjoy lunch, Morbidian. Curry sounds really good right now. Oh yeah, I bought some armor.
Or I'm getting me stuck.
Ah, whew, good thing I bought that armor just now. Oh, right. Yeah, they censored the hell out of this game. They censored all these games for a lot of the German and Japanese releases. I saw a whole list of everything they censored for the German release. It was very large. I wonder how the game did over there. Like, if it was worth the time and effort. Hang on. Yeah. What do you think? Should we do the Cortez mission first or the Diaz mission? Don't forget, he also acted that way in Vice City Stories. In fact, he was arguably worse in Vice City Stories. He doesn't really have the excuse of a dead brother there. Alright, we'll take care of him and kill those damned French! We here at the Lorerun are actually pretty cool with the French. Please do not kill us, French people. Please release my puppy. Oh, I would believe that Lance is a narcissist, absolutely. That wouldn't even surprise me. Wait, no, Dream Whisperer, no, please, we're friends, we're friends! Are we not friends? Oh, I have zero doubt he would eventually kill his brother to try and take over. Basically, what I think would have happened if Diaz hadn't pulled the trigger first is that Lance, or Vance, whatever, the jackass would have turned on Vic in the same way that he ends up turning on Tommy. Oh, Trevor's more sadistic. No question. No, Dream Whisperer, wait, please, the French, we're cool! We're cool! Quick, I gotta kill all the French before they kill me! It's the only way! Apparently I've turned British. And we're dead. Well, there goes Britain. Sorry, guys.
Circumstances force a hasty departure, amigo.
What's the problem?
The French want their missile technology back, and after that last incident, I feel it is time to find safer harbors.
Wouldn't it be safer to fly?
I'd be dead before I reach check-in. Besides, I need to get my merchandise out of the country.
Need another gun?
You, my friend, are worth 10 guns.
It's true. Probably, Nero says. I could see Lance trying to kill Vic, failing at it, and then being like, ugh. And then Vic having to be like, dude. Uh-oh, it's the French! You can tell because they're wearing green? I don't know. You can tell because they're all completely identical. We all know that the French employ the clone army. Oh god, I do not have much in the way of hardware. I can't believe that actually worked. Gotta be a little careful with ammo here. Little. Round 2. Oh, Vic's a decent guy. I liked Vic, and not just because we played as him. And that's the end of that. Oh god, I can't even reach them from this frickin' thing. Hang on. Oh, hey! I didn't even remember that. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You know, if I could swim, I would have a lot more options for this mission. I'm just saying. Unfortunately, Tommy is also water-soluble. There we go. Hello? Oh god, I'm stuck. Ah! Okay, sure.
Oh my god, they've got a helicopter!
The French have brought a helicopter to a gunfight. Can you imagine? Cortez, excuse me, I'm kind of busy here.
Oh, shoot the helicopter! Tony, we are being overrun by the French. Everywhere I look, there are French. I hate them.
I'm surprised it's taking this long. Got you some fresh salvage. If you wanted it. Oh my god. So yeah, actual attack helicopters are in this game. They're in San Andreas as well, but you can actually fly those things, and if you know how to fly them, they are mean. That's how you do vigilante missions, by the way. You get a frickin' Apache. Yeah, best vehicle in San Andreas, damn. You're damn right. So that's...
Tomas, you have protected and served me well. And now you must leave us before we reach the open seas. I will lower my personal launch. Keep it, my friend. A token of my gratitude.
Thank you, Colonel.
One more request. While I'm away, could you keep an eye on Mercedes for me?
I think she could look after herself, but sure, I'll keep an eye out.
Gracias, amigo. Hasta luego.
Adios, amigo.
So, Trails in the Sky 1, just to be clear. That's what I'm up to. Now I got a boat. Which doesn't actually mean anything, but hey, you know, it's the thought that counts. Yes, Console Hut. It's Michael. Michael is totally the most evil one. Alright, let's go save. Because that mission can get a little hairy. We actually did pretty decently. Don't worry, Mercedes is fine. She's definitely not going to do pornography. Not to talk about GTA 5 too much here, but I've always said that the three main characters are three of the types of common GTA players. Not all of the players, just some of the most common types. We have the person who thinks it's fun to run around and kill and maim and destroy everything, Trevor. We've got the person who's role-playing, you know, trying to play the role of and get into the story and blah blah blah. That's Michael. And then we've got the person who's just playing the game and doesn't really care about the story at all. That's Franklin. No insult intended on any of the three of those, by the way. It's just interesting to think about. That's hysterical, Lord Harriman. I didn't even know you could restore a broken wreck if you pushed it in. I guess I did know that. Never mind, I take it back. I did know that, because that's how you get the proof cars, is you knock them over and then you push them into the garage, which unlocks them. So yeah, it's time to go kill Diaz in a few million years here. Oh my god, this freaking lighthouse. I have to admit, I usually don't buy guns in this series. I was just thinking about that. Usually the guns are just kind of provided for, you know?
Alright, Tommy, it's Paul. I just heard from a mush that you've been a real naughty boy. Somebody's taken offence to you acting like the big guy all of a sudden. Giving it a big shot. Think, well, don't say I never warned you or nothing. Boasting is a mug's game, son. Anyway, I heard there's some price been put on your head and someone's gonna have a crack at you, so watch yourself. And remember me, mate.
Nah, I'm not gonna bother with that one. What? What's really bad is when some of the missions will force you to use a certain type of weapon, but then like sometimes they'll give you like an infinite ammo version of the weapon. Then they will delete the weapon, you know, after you're done. Even if you already had that weapon, independent of the mission. God, I can't... So speaking of which, I have an infinite ammo assault rifle that I can't do anything with right now. I mean, I can kill people with it.
Come on, I'm already bullying kids now, mister.
Respond to a 10, 7, Central, Ocean Beach. Respond to a 10, 17, Central, Ocean Beach.
One of the things that always weirds me out about Vice City is how relatively scarce money is. And it's also probably the only GTA game, in my opinion, that actually has a frickin' point to money buying properties. Because those unlock missions, aka content, and of course additional save points and various benefits and blah 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 blah.
We gotta get new guns, yo. I'm persecuted by society, man. I said, Mom, it was a hard joint to get into. Competition from too many places, way on down south. Where'd you get that shirt? I'm persecuted by society.
Since I can't sprint. If you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. There we go.
Painful. That's how I want to live my life. If you can't see the misery, stay out of the kitchen. You may have noticed this on tattoo. It's Egyptian and represents the breath of life given in the afterworld. It's my key to eternal life after death.
Hey, why don't you carry your keys in your pocket like everyone else?
Because only that which is burned or scratched into your flesh comes with you to the afterlife.
I bet my ex-wife will be there waiting for me in the afterlife. The bitch is crazy. Hey, can you put a hex on my ex-wife? Like some kind of spooky voodoo or something?
I do dabble in the dark arts and magic.
I ain't talking about magic like pulling a rabbit out of your ass or pulling quarters out of your ears. I'm talking voodoo. You know, dance around with a chicken voodoo. That bitch was a grass.
Why does everyone assume that just because we're goths, we're weird?
I don't know. The hood, cane, black fingernail polish may have something to do with it. When is the last time you seen the sun?
It's been over 18 years since I was out in open sunlight. I only leave the house if it's raining or if I need milk.
Exactly. Listen, I was just like you at one time, except I didn't wear makeup. That would get you a firm beating where I grew up. I'm happy to give you a sample of my course, Learn, Start Doing. I promise you'll run out and buy some colored clothing and listen to some music other than people groaning on and on for half an hour about how much it rains in Manchester. Life is what you make of it. Look at me. I got a condo, a hot tub, a lot of girls.
Listen, you're really bringing me down, which is hard to do. I've been to the other side many times. Sometimes I barely come back. It's all about astral projection. Like right now, I'm projecting myself into the women's bathroom at the fairgrounds.
Hey, that's a good trick. Maybe you and I should go into business together.
Oi, look, I've had enough of this love fest. You're a motivational gunman. And you are a maniacally depressed loony with anemia. You guys should hate each other.
Did you say love fist? Those guys are so super. Listen, I just wrote another poem. If I had a flower for every time I think of you, I'd walk forever in a garden.
And I just wrote a poem too. Shut up, you weird, pathetic people. This is my show, Maurice Chavez. Capiche? Comprende? We're not here to recite poetry or sell motivation tapes or talk to dead people. We're here to press the issue. Anyway, let's take a break. We'll be right back after this important information from Vice City Public Radio.
That's Pressing Issues here on VCPR, Vice City Public Radio. If you haven't given money to VCPR and you're listening to the station, you are a thief.
That's right, Michelle. You might as well throw a brick through the window and loot the place. How selfish you people are. This is public radio, serving the public with everything that is important, like me. So come on, keep us on air. It's really important.
Send us your money. I'm going to say this over and over until you do.
Yes, Michelle is known for her begathon tantrums. She cares about this station, unlike you. Think of how much money you spend on drive-through fast food and commemorative plates. Take that money right now and send it direct to me, Jonathan Freeloader, Starfish Island, Vice City. Now, back to the show. With Maurice Chavez, the asshole.
You're correct. He is an asshole.
I'm Maurice Chavez. Welcome back. I used to be a performance clown. Now I'm running a debate show. Funny how things turn out, eh? Or is it? That's the question, you see. If we look upon life as a positive experience, do we make it any better? That's what we're discussing right now here on Pressing Issues. Free radio with free ideas. Just keep those donations pouring in. Don't sell out to corporations. We all need a voice. Really, we do. And today, right now, we're giving a voice to 3 very different people discussing positive thinking, a healthy mental attitude. We've got a goth depressive, we've got a very happy orphan, and we've got a motivational speaker with a number of sisters. So let's start with you, Konstantinos, you strange, creepy creature of darkness. Have you got a positive mental attitude?
I like to think so.
Oh, really?
Misery and suffering, it's everywhere, man. And I actively want a fatal disease. What bad can possibly happen to me?
You could win the lottery.
The lottery? That's for people with hope. I don't enter the lottery.
You could. Damn, you two, help me here.
I think he's great. I think he's really sweet. I love your hair. It reminds me of a big shaggy dog with long, greasy, straight hair.
You know, Chavez, this weird goth guy, he's got a point. I mean, in many ways, what he's talking about is covered in my 3-step program, Tape 17. Motivate, demonstrate, then motivate again, Part 9. Facing home truths. You see, we all have to face up to a few home truths. I'll never be prom queen. Jenny will never have her parents. You'll never make it in the entertainment business. It's about realistic goals. I can change your life.
Just a second, Robot. What isn't covered in your 3-step program? What don't you talk about in your Library of Congress-sized tape cassette library? Whatever we talk about, grief, goths, depression, changing lives. Who are you? What have you done that's so great? You wear a cheap suit. Your hair is stuck rigid with spray. Your breath stinks of whiskey. You look like you sell drugs to people. You're a joke, buddy, a bad joke.
Oh, now this is getting personal. I come on your cheap-ass show, I spare my valuable time, I cancel several important speaking engagements, I talk to thousands of VIPs in order to spread a message of hope. And this is how I get treated. I get insulted by a man with dandruff, I get slandered by a guy who couldn't amuse a birthday party of 9-year-olds, I get attacked by a guy who works on a volunteer radio.
This is not volunteer radio. I earn a salary.
How much? How much do you earn, Chavez, big man? Tough guy with a microphone and a cheap jacket, and a look that says my highest hope in life is to work in a bookstore? I'm a go-getter. You're a cheapskate.
You're a fraud with nothing to tell people, and no way of helping people.
Excellent. I'm really loving this. I hope one of them gets killed.
Shut up, dork.
All the bunnies are stabbing each other.
Shut up. I have a condo, I have a hot tub, I vacation in Aruba.
Vacation is not a verb, moron.
Yes, it is, because I'm a VIP. I'm very important. And I'm a teacher, a wise man, not an opinionated dolt, a naysayer sitting on the side of life criticizing others while all he can do is get a crappy gig down at a moron station. A man who lives with his mother.
I'm between apartments.
And I'm between mansions, but...
Come on, man. You like me, you gotta do better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was a rerun.
Tell me.
The car.
Look, I hate to burst your...
Hey, Jessica Kasumi. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I'm enjoying it, because, I mean, I'm enjoying it. There we go. That's what I want. Yep, that's the one I want. I want the Israeli. So, I have to be honest about something. I know this is going to sound like a strange comment, but I'm trying not to be too positive about Vice City. Because I've never done what I did yesterday before. I never literally went from GTA 3 and then an hour break and then into Vice City just like that. Because, oh my god, the contrast is stark at every level. The guns, the running, the movement speed, the driving, physics, the driving in general, the layout of the town, the mission design, the voice acting, the cutscene presentation, the music. I could keep going. You get the point. There's so much about this game. It's just such... This is such a clear-cut example of expansion effect, which is hilarious because it's actually a sequel. But this is such a stark contrast of increasing quality to, whoops. No, it's okay. I can make this work. To 3. I'm actually kind of curious what it's going to be like going from Vice City to San Andreas directly, because we're going to do that too. See around cord. I didn't get armor. Hey, armor! There it is. I mean, I could go buy it, and I meant to buy it, but do you really want to see me go drive for another 5 minutes, or do you want me to get on with the mission? Obvious answer. I'm trying not to, like, really cheat. I'm trying to just do convenience cheats here. We'll see, though. I have nothing wrong with actually cheating if I have to. I do like the colors better in Vice City.
I got us some cannons in the trunk. Holy shit, where'd you get all this stuff? Been saving for a rainy day. You like? Yeah, I like.
Don't tell anyone about this. I am the boss's... Keep moving. This place is gonna be crawling with assholes. Be careful.
Don't worry, Tommy. I'll cover you.
Psst, he won't cover us. We have to cover him.
What did the boss say? Yeah, I heard
this. I had it for you.
Who you think you are, amigo? No, who you think you know?
Respond to attend 17 Central Tapping Island.
Actually, I talked about that at the beginning of the stream, Jessica Kasumi. But to summarize, 3 was such a mega hit, and they had the financial power of Take-Two backing them, that they had a lot of pull. You'll notice that pull got even bigger with San Andreas, and then bigger with 4, and then bigger with 5. Although they deliberately went out of the way to avoid celebrity stars as much as they could in 5. And I don't blame them on that. I also think the voice acting in 5 is nothing short of amazing. But that's just me. Hey, Colgrim. So how many of you have actually seen Scarface? I mean, I have, obviously, but I'm curious. Because I have... Obviously, this game takes a lot of inspiration from Scarface, directly and obviously. But one of the key critical differences is Tommy is supposed to be what he would have been like if he hadn't, you know, been an idiot, basically, and sampled his own merchandise. I mentioned before that that's one of the big things that Tommy has going for himself. He's a drug lord who doesn't do drugs, and that's probably why he's successful. I don't know of any off the top of my head, Tigzar. That doesn't mean there aren't any, just I don't know if there are any. I never got to play the Scarface game. Is it any good? Lance is at half health. God dang it, Lance. We have been wrecking face and you're at half health. Why are you so terrible, Lance? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There should be another guy over here. No, whatever. You never sample your own product. If you ever want to be a drug lord, first of all, don't be a drug lord. Like, drugs are bad, but they also ruin everything. No, really. There he is. But if you ever decide to become a drug lord, don't do drugs. Sell them. Make money off of them. Do not sample them. Not that I would have any idea what it's like being a drug lord. I mean, that applies to a lot of things, actually. It's just drugs are kind of a severe example and relevant to what we're doing right now. Hard drugs? No, Lord Harrimont. But at that point, we have to define the difference between hard drugs and soft drugs. Like, marijuana is so small scale compared to cocaine or meth, for example. Or that super drug that was in, oh, what did they call it? What was it called? The drug that, like, slows everything down so you experience everything super fast. It's a fake drug. It was in the recent Judge Dredd. The more recent Judge Dredd. The worst drug that's legal, alcohol. I would agree with that. I don't toss any shade at people who drink. But alcohol... Alcohol is a good example of something that's fine in moderation. To go back to the original question Lord Harrimont asked. There's nothing really wrong with alcohol in moderation. But alcohol can and has caused many, 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 many issues. Over the millennia. I don't remember if I'm supposed to go all the way up or not. I guess we'll just see what happens. Lance, do me a favor and stop dying. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I wouldn't want this mansion. This place kind of sucks. This is so weird without music. Yeah, I came up too early. And of course, now I don't have the benefits of being on drugs. Damn it. Remember, kids, drugs are awesome. Always do drugs. See you around, taking Hydra. Ignore looking outside there. Of course, the best part is I think I just wasted the adrenaline shot. That's neat. Cobra!
I come to take over your business! Tommy, you betrayed me, you idiot! I'm gonna kill you real soon!
Oh, okay.
Eat this, you murdering bastard!
Lance, could you stop dying for 5 milliseconds?
You stupid pricks!
I mean, we're about to become a drug lord, Colgrim.
Look what you've done to it! This is for my brother! I trusted you, Tommy. I would have had you made. Say goodnight, Mr. Diaz.
Property acquired. That's how that works, right? You walk in, you kill everyone, you can just take the place. Right? That's how that works. So, save. Get some real clothes going on here. Alright.
Oh, we gotta redecorate this place. We gotta make it look older. I can't stand this look. Tommy, what do you say? What do you say we put a bar in?
You're my lawyer, Rosenberg, not my interior decorator. Got it? Listen to me. The time to take over this town is now. It's all out there waiting for us.
We need to start seizing territory and let Vice City know we're the new players in town. You know what I'm saying?
What you need is a legitimate front, Tommy. Real estate. It's never done me no harm.
We need to start using some muscle, or we can kiss all that hard work goodbye. Local business know Diaz is dead, and they're refusing to pay protection.
Oh, we could try bribery.
Bribery? Screw bribery. I'll show you how to make them scared. I'll be back here in 5 minutes.
5-minute timer. Thanks for that bragging, Tommy. I needed that.
And beer.
Time to start the beginning of the Empire of Lore. Vercetti. Get the Vercetti family going. The Lore family? I guess it'd be the Runner family. You'd be disrespecting the Runner family. Very unpleasant things are going to happen to you. Yes, this is a sneak preview of what Operation Bellhammer is going to look like someday. If you see me coming down the streets in a Hawaiian shirt, you probably want to be on my side, not in my way. Yeah, you want to be in the car with me. Wait, you probably don't want to be in the car with me. Depends on how I'm feeling that particular day. Yeah, I'm gonna go and grab it.
My livelihood destroyed. Vercetti, remember the name.
Remember the name Runner.
Don't run away from me!
Oh my god, you're right, we still don't have 120. Jeez Louise. Missed one over there. Yeah, we're kind of saving money. You notice I've been trying very hard not to spend too much money on anything. It's because I've played this game before, and you know, duh, right?
I've heard it all before.
I don't even remember how much the printing place is, and that's one of the only mandatory properties. In fact, I think it is the only mandatory property other than, you know, the 4 other ones you need. I think it's 4. Because you need 5 properties and you need to have the whatcha-fig. The print shop. I don't know what it's called.
My beautiful window display.
Leave me alone, mister.
You're wasting. You're always right.
You can't run, officer.
Yeah?
He's going down.
Oh, there it is.
I run this town now. Me.
Cop, you're a robot.
This is just like training. You're really what do you think?
Respond to a 10-7 northwest 5 point. Report a 10-7
What did I miss?
northwest 5 point.
He's going down.
Ah.
Reach a 10-7 northwest 5 point.
You can now buy property. I mean, in fairness, we're running through a mall gunning it down, you know. So what do you think we should buy first? I turn to you, fine members of the Runner family. What do you think we should buy? Well, we can't afford Malibu, so pick again. I'll buy some grenades while we're here, so I can show those off.
Tommy, son, have I got a surprise for you? I'm down at the recording studios with some major artists. Why don't you pay us a visit? You know it makes sense, don't ya? See you later.
Yeah, saving for Malibu does make sense. We're actually reasonably close. It's just taken the entire game to get here. What?
Howdy, son. Just thought I'd ring you up and give you some advice.
Hey, Avery, what's eating you?
There's a lot of opportunity in this town if you own the right real estate. You catch my drift?
I reckon so.
All I'm saying is keep your eyes open, and you might find the perfect business opportunity. I'll catch you later.
Later, Avery.
That's hysterical. Ooh, girl, I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh, but yeah, this is the start of Act 2. We just finished Act 1. We have gone from being a thug who's trying to recapture his money and drugs for our boss to taking over the city and becoming our own boss. Because Tommy's always been a little on the ambitious side. Whoops. Oh my god, so often. As I've said before, it is my theory that one of the biggest reasons why Sonny turned on Tommy before the events of the game 15 years ago was because he already saw both his skill, you know, thug with a brain, and his aptitude for ambition. That he didn't want to be a capo, he wanted to be a boss. And, yeah. In fairness, I mean, Sonny sent what is it, 10 guys after him total? That's about as much as he could have done, really.
Tommy, remember me?
Hello, Sonny.
That's right, Sonny. We're all friends. You never write me, you never call. Don't you want to be friends no more?
I've been busy trying to sort things out. You didn't give me a lot of support down here, Sonny.
Oh, my fault, is it? Well, I've heard you've been busy, all right. Busy killing drug barons, busy taking over. Don't forget about us, Tommy, because I can assure you, I ain't forgotten about you.
I got 2 words for you.
Get out of here! This place is full of dicks.
He can lick my creek. I met him on the street last week.
Yes! Brilliant, bloody brilliant! Hey, Tommy! Glad you could make it. Hey, you ever met Lovefist before?
No, I haven't, but I've always loved your music.
Let me introduce you to the band. This is Percy, Dick, and Willie's in the Kazi, and that was Jez in the booth earlier. And guys, I went to meet a good friend of mine. This is Tommy. We go way back.
Right, pal. And, what was your name again?
Leave it out, Jez, you remember.
Lovefist.
Don't be
That's
playing them
it.
games with me, mate. I'm too crafty for that, sunshine.
English prick. Like good
See,
one in America.
The thing is, Tom, the boys need some help. They ain't too connected here. They don't have the old hands, you far.
We need some drugs, pal. Gotta get on the old love
Yeah,
fest
nice
fury,
one,
you know?
Yeah!
Well, this is Vice City, man. What's the problem?
Love juice, man. We need love juice men, gang.
Love juice?
Aye, 2 parts boomshine, 1 part trumpet, 5 fizz bombs, and a litre of petrol. Can you help us out, pal? Oh, it really mean a lot
You
to
can
the
do that for the boys, right?
Unfortunately, I can't alt-tab to set up a poll right now. But, that's a good idea. I wonder if I could set up on my phone. Hang on, we're gonna try and... I should have gone with that one. Whatever. This'll work. This'll work. Excuse me.
It comes complete.
Unit is the basis of all society. Now, even when my husband is working late or away on an extended business trip to Hawaii with his secretary, I understand.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Looking for something special? I got what you need. Thanks for the money, sucker.
Ugh. This is the worst possible bike I could have picked, but whatever. Oh my God, turn! Should have gotten a crotch rocket. That's what he's driving, coincidentally. Takes money, takes gun, takes drugs.
Hey, mate, the guys could do with some company, if you know what I mean.
I know just the girl.
God, this thing. Hang on. I mean, in fairness, she's a slut, so...
Hey, Mercedes.
Hiya, Tommy. And how are you?
Just fine. Listen, you fancy having love fist?
Okay. But just as a favor, I expect returned.
Okay, apparently she's not into it, so that sucks. What? She's a slut. I don't mean it as an insult so much as a statement of fact. So that just cost me the mission. Almost guaranteed. Get on. Funny, I made it all the way over here, no issues. Clip something. I didn't even see what I clipped. Should probably not look at chat while I'm driving this quickly on a bike. Just now I'm trying to be cautious so that doesn't happen again, so that's going to slow me down. Good music for this. I'm not gonna make it. No! God damn it. I actually had that. I actually had that. What?
Get to the payphone at the airport terminals.
I had to buy that outfit. Money has never been an issue. Always upgraded that for my mom. Honey, you can never have enough big and beautiful. That's me.
My, what a princess.
It's gonna get me a wanted level and it's gonna suck, but whatever. Tripping at the finish line is what I'm best at. In real life, I mean. Oh, thank goodness. I actually thought I was gonna despawn.
That was a stupid idea, pal.
I want 10 minutes alone with this.
You?
Hate pigs.
Trying to annoy me. What do you think you're doing?
My hair went up like...
You can, but it's generally not advised. Unless you were cheating, in which case you can do it all the time. I have no guns. It's the junk one, but I'll take it. I think I can still shoot with this one. Yeah, I can. Okay.
Looking for something special? I got what you need. Thanks for the money, sucker.
Hang on, you gotta wait and wait for him to get on his bike. Then you gotta start chasing him. Then he's gonna rubber band like crazy. Oh, you son of a submariner. Huh. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna question that.
Hey, Mike, the guys could do with some company, if you know what I mean.
I know just the girl.
He was like, alright, here, fine. Sorry for beating you up. Please keep playing me.
Where do I live?
I would like to think that's what happened in lore. Thanks for the money, sucker! Drive away irresponsibly and... dead. That would be extremely appropriate in lore. Hello, T. Stewart. So let's not wipe out twice this time. What irritates me is I was being cautious and trying to drive the right route, and I knew my route in time, and I even lined the bike up to save precious seconds. I did everything right, except for the fact that I clipped out twice. Or wiped out twice, rather. You know what I mean. That's horrifying, Sullivan. Please don't name a puppy. I am not a puppy.
And how are you?
Just fine. Listen, you fancy having love this?
I'm not a dog.
But just as a favor, I expect returned.
Don't worry, we'll get you into porno. That's not actually a joke. That's literally what we're gonna do to her. For her? However you want to think of that. Again, no judgment. Just, you know, that's how that's gonna work out. No, not with her. Tommy doesn't sample the merchandise. We talked about that. It's another thing to not sample while we're on the subject. Don't sample your own porn. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I was really slowing down to make sure I didn't clip that cop. Because pigs are pigs, you know?
I see you later, big boy.
Yeah, but nobody will know how to spell or pronounce it. So I'm actually net negative on money after that mission because of getting caught and having to buy stuff, so whatever.
Tommy, man, am I glad to see you.
What's going on?
Bad vibes, Tommy.
I'm not joking, gang. It's heavy stuff, man. Heavy, gang.
This cat, we hardly know him, but he knows us. Like this cat, knows all about us. Knows that Willie likes his ladies' underwear, eh? Or that Percy likes
Shut up, you
Duran
fool. Just
eh?
get jazz bomb shit. It's a love rocket hang, can?
Shut yeah, a love rocket thing, right? But listen, this cat.
The guy wants Love Fist dead.
Oh, this guy.
Dead, Tommy. Love Fist gone. You know what they say, the good die young, but Tommy, you got to save Love
We've got a
Fist.
signing in 2 hours, and I think...
Yeah, and the boys think the stalker's going to try some monkey business there.
So, yeah, I don't like this mission. Too real. Also, I think the game just crashed. We give it a second. Because screw 'em, Console Hot. It's nicer than what I could call them. Thank you very much, Lord Firestorm. Very much obliged and appreciate, sir. Thank you. If you happen to know where you want to put that as far as increasing priority, please let me know. So here's the funny part. Because the game hasn't been crashing, I haven't actually been very fastidious about saving. So you know that mission we just did twice? Well, we get to do it again. Maybe? Okay, hang on. Homeworld, you got it. Okay. What in the world is going on here? I think this is a hard lock, not a crash. Yeah, it is. That's... I was actually thinking about it. The obvious reason why this game doesn't have autosaves, none of these do, is because they were PS2 games. You know, memory card. That's our first hard lock, yeah, of either game. GTA 3 just crashed all the time, but that's our first actual, honest-to-goodness hard lock. Let's see how far back we are. Well, we have the mansion. I think that's it. I think we just got the mansion.
Tommy, son, have I got a surprise for you? I'm down at recording studios with some major artists. Why don't you pay us a visit? You know it makes sense, don't ya? See you later.
I don't know what SCS is, Jessica Kasumi. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and say no. Please don't. I make plenty of money to buy games myself.
Oh, we gotta redecorate this place. We got.
I'm actually with Rosenberg. We should have redecorated. So I'm going to go ahead and admit that I have no idea what you're talking about, Jessica Kasumi. So help me out.
Of course you follow me. They all do.
Okay, this is going to be tricky. I got to bow and say thank you while driving, because I'm on a timer. So I'm going to find a nice stretch. Thank you very, very much, Solavanti. Very much appreciate your support, sir. Thank you. If you happen to know where you want to put that, then that sucks. I hope you just put that in the donation comment, because if you did, we good. Because then I can check the log later, and it'll tell me exactly where you want to put that. If you didn't put it in the donation comment, then we're going to have to kill you. And I don't think anybody really wants that. Except for Console Hot. He loves killing people. It refills his soul gem, so it's kind of a... It's not really like an entertainment thing, it's more of like an eating thing, you know? Like, you enjoy eating, but you kind of have to eat, you know? Can you really blame someone for enjoying eating? Okay, well, thank you again, Solavanti. Where am I? Oh, I see where I am. Yeah, I think with one hard crash behind us, we're just going to go ahead and cheats ahoy. As needed.
My livelihood destroyed. Garcetti, remember the name.
Respond to a 10-7 northwest 5 point.
Go shower with the guys.
There is a 10-7 northwest 5 point.
Meh. It's probably not even worth the time. I'll just do it this way.
Give me a break.
There is a 10-7 northwest 5 point.
Go shower with the guys.
I do like the taste of pumpkin. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. The most destroyed? Oh, how it gets the worst off? Johnny Klebitz. Like, that's such an easy answer.
My store! My wonderful store! Don't make me run.
Like, that's... yeah.
I did your right, you poor bastard! Stop right now!
Okay.
Save your breath. I run this town now. Me. I did your wife, you poor bastard.
Yeah, Johnny Klebitz got it the worst because his life was destroyed, then he was killed. He got the full Monty there.
My beautiful window display.
like even they even show the Malibu.
Can't you just run away? I know jujitsu, sir! Give me a break.
Howdy, son. Just thought I'd ring you up and give you some advice.
Hey, Avery, what's eating you?
There's a lot of opportunity in this town if you own the right real estate. You catch my drift?
I reckon so.
All I'm saying is keep your eyes open, and you might find the perfect business opportunity. I'll catch you later.
Later, Avery.
Watching those people fight in the background is just hysterical. Oh, hey, the cop lost. To the security guard, it looks like. Don't worry, though. There's no police brutality in this game. Or in real life.
Tommy, remember me?
Hello, Sonny.
That's right, Sonny. We're all friends. You never write me, you never call. Don't you want to be friends no more?
Yes, Solavanti. Although, not in a long time, obviously. Not since I was in school, actually.
Well, I've heard you've been busy, all right. Busy killing drug barons, busy taking over. Don't forget about us, Tommy, because I can assure you, I ain't forgotten about you.
Sonny, when your brains are all over my mansion floor, I'm gonna laugh. I want you to know that.
Come here. We'll discuss this like gentlemen.
Hey, Kamek. Oh yeah, Sonny is so stupid. Like, he's not as stupid as Diaz, but that's not really saying much. So close. Good fortune, Braglin. I hope it's good. If it isn't, tell him Mr. Vassetti's gonna pay him a visit, unless they clean up the place. I can't do the accent at all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop trying to do accents. Ever again. Never again. Excuse me. Huh. Okay.
Get to the payphone at the airport terminal.
You got a reservation? No? Then get low. Get out!
I feel like I've downgraded my car situation for some reason. I'm the wrong person to ask that, Solavanti. My idea of revenge is pretty different from other people's ideas. Or I could quote a show that I'm rather fond of. Revenge is a sucker's game, son. I aim for satisfaction. Close, Tara, but no. I'm actually quoting Young Justice. Good show. I highly recommend it. Nah, that's not the right one. It's a good quote. I agree. Said by Lex Luthor. But then again, Young Justice's Lex Luthor was exactly what Lex Luthor should be. Smart. So going back to the color choice thing, I would say that one of the things this game does that 3 didn't do is it uses color. As in, there is a directorial style to the utilization of color in the design of the terrain of the city. 3 didn't actually do that. 3 just was like, here's the city, plong. I think San Andreas does an even better job of that, but, you know, duh. Damn it. Just erasing people from existence here, don't mind me. In my defense, I'm also spawning people. Nope. Well, there's the 2 wrong kinds of motorcycles. Oh yeah, absolutely, Will King. Yeah, San Andreas has terrain. 3 in Vice City have cities. Whether that's a good or a bad thing is up to you, but it is a noticeable difference in approach. Yeah, but this is the one I want for the mission I'm about to do. It's this or the Infernus, and I don't remember where to get one of those off the top of my head. I don't have the list in front of me, Mr. Red, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was a true statement. That's true, Comic. And of course, it's the first game that got flying right at all. Of the series, I mean, so far. Obviously, it's not the best first flying game that's good. You know what I mean.
Looking for something special? I got what you need.
A replay! Someone already mentioned this in chat, but one of the other things I find fascinating about Tommy is he basically does everything himself. Now, that's just because we're a protagonist, but in lore, it does kind of indicate his overall personality and approach. Unless we just want to segregate gameplay and story, which we can. I mean, Lord knows the games do that all over the place. There's none of this hitting him. There we go. Who's a good boy?
You don't need it anyhow.
It's true, he's dead. So if I had to design a protagonist from the GTA series, what past would I give them? Oh, wait, I've got a great idea. Chemistry teacher. No? Honestly, that was kind of the direction my mind was thinking. Someone who had a completely ordinary, normal job and just hated it more and more and more and more. Until finally they decided to get into crime. Some form of crime. It doesn't really matter which. And they discovered that they liked it. Like, they preferred it. That life was better now that they were doing drugs or whatever. Not because they're a psychopath and not because they're horrible, but this is the problem. It's hard for me to write GTA without being depressing. Because the whole idea is that the world is awful, right? And so having a normal job is unrewarding, unsatisfying, doesn't have any real benefits to doing it. And his life was just so miserable with a normal job, that as soon as he got a non-normal job, it was like, oh, this is so much better. Because the idea would be not that crime is awesome, but that his previous job was so terrible and the world was in such a starry state that anything would be better than what he was doing. The idea thematically would be to help explain why so many people within the GTA verse so automatically and seamlessly slide into criminal elements rather than trying to do anything. Yeah, exactly, Takoto. Pay attention, Mark. Pay attention. Stop reading chat. Stop reading chat. I know it's such a habit to flick your eyes to the right, but every time you do that, you run into something, so don't do it. So I'm gonna keep talking out. That helps me to not read chat. I can't read chat while I'm talking. So I'm just going to keep talking about how awesome this game is. Despite its frustrations, it is actually frustrating. This one's going on the frustrating mission list, by the way. The next one probably is too, if I'm being honest. There we go. Okay. Because the timer's just a wee bit too tight here, you know? It's the GTA 3 problem. Let's just call it what it is. There we go.
I see you later, big boy.
Yeah, more interesting. I like that, Kemet. Crime is more interesting. And if we wanted to take that arc full circle, the idea would be eventually they get to the point where they get in deeper. No, let me take that back. Rather than, like, getting in deeper, they're just in the business long enough that people notice them. And then they get to the point where they're like, and they start to see how bad can get, right? They start to see how bad the actual, you know, horrible criminal element is. And they're like, whoa, and they kind of want to bow out, and they can't. And, you know, getting out would be getting in would be like the first act, and getting out would be the third act of that story arc. I don't know if they'd succeed. What do you guys think? The obvious choice is for them to die at the end of it. You know, narratively speaking. I wish it showed the fact that I have a save down there. Because my nearest save is way down there. Is there a place I can buy up in the northwest quadrant? No, I'm saving money. What is my money like? I need 3,000. Whatever, let's go save. Let's go save. Oh, make it a choice. As much as I'm hesitant to make it player choice. Stupidest thing I've ever witnessed in GTA. I can't come up with anything. What do you guys think? What's yours, Tara? If you don't mind sharing. Ha! I actually like that idea, Melkor. And not just because of my obvious bias on the matter. I mean, there's a lot of stupid characters, but I don't think I've ever been dumbfounded by anything in the GTA series. That's true, Dakota. No, if I was going to do a cop story, I'd make them horribly evil baby killers. Or, I mean, sorry. No, if I was going to do a cop story, I'd do it separate. Which is funny, because Tara apparently likes the cop story idea, too. What am I doing? I'm going the wrong way. That's what I'm doing. I need to go this way. This song. Plus to music. Wait, hang on, guys. According to you guys, this game gets a plus to music for this awesome music being playable. I'm kidding. No, I do admittedly like the idea of a ex-cop idea. The problem is, again, keeping it within universe, that would probably be a pretty dark story. We know just how awful cops are in this setting. I mean, ignoring the obvious light that San Andreas shines on it, all of them shine a light on just how bad and corrupt and horrible the cops really are. Just gonna get a save in really quick here. What?
How you doing, mate? It's Paolo again. Look, Tommy, I forgot to mention, we're going to need some extra muscle for the concert. A bit of security. There's a biker gang led by Mitch Baker. It would be great publicity. Very rock and roll, baby. Sort this out for me, and I'll get you some backstage passes for the gig, alright?
Sure. Lol, Sodavanti. Yeah, the police force is literally funded like the military. In some of the games, thanks to the way that they coded it, they are literally the military. As in, they have the same faction flag. Where's my bike? Where's my bike? Whatever.
I hate that woman. She's always giving me a hard time. Celebrity endured.
What would I do if I was doing a cop story? Okay, you're all gonna think I'm horrible here, but here's what I'd do. I wouldn't make you play an ex-cop. I wouldn't make you play a good cop. I'd make you play a cop. And all the missions you're doing are for your corrupt police chief, or for the local mafia, or for the local, criminal gang, or whatever. And basically, you're still doing all these things, but you are a police officer instead of some random thug, or a member of a gang, or an up-and-coming mafia don. Now, there would be some variances from that. Like, you would actually... We'd probably have to change how the wanted meter works entirely. And I love the idea of there being kind of an internal affairs sort of a mechanic built into it as well. Not that they're investigating you because you're corrupt, because everyone's corrupt in the cops, but rather they're investigating you because you rocked the boat, or maybe you drew too much attention to yourself, something like that, right? So you kind of want to not be loud and obvious as the cop, because then you'll bring the hammer down on yourself, but there'd probably be some kind of mechanic to push it onto other people, like you could do side missions that basically push attention onto other cops. Just stuff like that. And I didn't like Training Day that much, so I don't remember it that well. Kevin, sorry. I also love the idea of the fact that the game just hardlocked again on the exact same mission. Glad I saved. Alright, well, that's the end of that story arc. Not doing those quests. I don't think those are mandatory. I don't actually know. Yes and no, respectively, Mr. Red. It's not really a good mission anyway, so whatever. Well, moving on. Let's do the other optional missions. Listen, who cares? It's not my fault. This is a decent game, although we are going to probably add that to the aggregate negative we're building. Not the hard locking, because I'm modding, so that's probably unrelated. Maybe. But that mission does suck, so, it's got that going against it. Oh, come on! Yeah, so the reason I don't like that mission is it's one of those too real missions. For those of you not aware, real-life stalkers going after, bands and musicians is a real problem that has caused some really unpleasant things to happen in real life. And that's this mission. It's about going after some killer stalker. And, stopping him from being a killer and also a stalker. No, I was advised by friends of mine to not play L.A. Noire, and I trusted them, so I didn't. Well, who cares? I am going to answer you, but for future reference, you can just check the website if you're curious what's coming up next. Either way, yes, we are playing 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Oh god, John Travolta plays creepy so well. That's gonna be awful.
Where's Baker? I'm looking for Big Mitch Baker.
Who's looking?
Tommy Vercetti.
Vercetti? You don't look like the law, so that's bought you a minute. You better talk fast.
Ken Paul said you might be interested in pulling security for a gig he's got set up.
Kid Paul? Shish. No wonder he sent you. The last time he was here, he left through the window in nothing but his limey birthday suit.
Are you interested or not?
We only do favors for our own.
How do I join?
This ain't no country club, boy. Can you handle a bike?
Can you sit on a stool and drink?
Cougar, Zeppelin, go see how this girl handles a bike.
So this should be fun.
All right, fancy clothes. Let's see what you can do.
Oh, no apology is necessary, Hood Girl. Who cares? It's just, I try very hard to keep the website updated, and I try to plug it constantly because people constantly don't use it. I figure with enough time and persistence, eventually people will realize that that is, you know, the nexus point of the show, and that is a, you know, a good way to keep up to date on what's happening and when and where and why and all that fun stuff. Ugh, these things handle awful. Did I mention that? The guy we're playing? Yes, Lieutenant Leroy. Okay, you guys enjoy the wall over there, idiots. Of course, they're invincible. Freaking proof motorcycles. You can't even gun out of a corner in this thing. It's horrible. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm gonna lose this. What do you want to bet? What am I bet? What am I bet? I was actually worried about that one. I didn't feel brave enough to handle a handbrake on a bike, Rusty. That's why I wasn't doing that. Oh my god, I'm still 2,000 short. Well, whatever. Since we've already entered hard crash land, I'm gonna go save. But now that there's no pressure on, let's see how this thing handbrakes. Oh, nice. Not bad. Good tip, Rusty. Thank you. That's a good question, Takata. I might just go find a taxi or an ambulance or a fire truck. Actually, fire truck don't in this one. Or a cop car. None of it has popped up yet, Melkor Blade. No. Actually, I realized I was lying, by the way. The Shadowrun music is actually in the San Andreas playlist. Sorry. No, I believe you, Kamek. I'm pretty sure they had proofed motorcycles anyways. Everything proofed motorcycles. At the very least, crash-proof and bulletproof. I'm sorry, Dakota. It is there, I swears. I actually need to add a whole bunch of additional music to that playlist because I was looking at how large the San Andreas playlist is, and it is small. So, I need to about quadruple its size. And I'm going to have to figure out, you know, something to put in there. Like, I already have an idea, I need to do it, and it's going to take extra time and work and all that fun stuff. Well, continuing the trend, it's going to be going past the 16-bit era into what I mentally refer to as the 32-bit era of music, even though there's no official termination for that. Or terminology. God, I can talk. I'm sorry, Kamek. I know exactly what it's like to be stressed at work. And I hope whatever the hell is going wrong, it gets better soon. Or at the very least gets more distant. You know, sometimes that's all you can hope for, right? Is that the problem just kind of is a few days ago, you know?
Wait, relax, man. I'm not messing around here anymore, okay?
Sorry, I should comment on that. I am just amazed that they bothered to have a non-skinny woman in the game. That's awesome. Anyways. You know, other than Mama, what's her face with the Haitians. By the way, I love how you help the Haitians and the Cubans, but only one of them you help knowingly. So we can't do that mission. Let's continue the, well... Actually, you know what? Hold up. That's what I thought. This is an Infernus. I wanted to double check myself, because I'm terrible about identifying cars. We're gonna go garage this one. So unfortunately, that's a nice big vague category of who knows, Harriet. That is a good topic to talk about. We'll talk about that as we head to this mission. So, okay, I'll go with that, D. Daniel. That's a good idea. So we can buy the frickin' Malibu before we run out of money. So, the 2D verse is self-contiguous, the 3D verse is self-contiguous, and the HD verse is self-contiguous. What I mean by that is each of them reference the others. We've already had references to 3 in Vice City, and San Andreas is going to significantly reference 3 and Vice City. Similarly, 4 is heavily referenced in Lost on the Dam, is heavily referenced in Ballad of Gay Tony, and all 3 of those come up and have references that are relevant in 5. That's what I mean by self-contiguous. Now, there are connecting threads between 2D and 3D and between 3D and HD, but they're vague, and generally, it's up to you to decide how significant they are, because they're either Easter eggs or they're actual canon. Take your pick. I tend to think of them as Easter eggs, not actual canon, but that's just my take.
What's the problem? Some bars refusing to pay. They reckon they're protected by a local gang of thugs. But don't worry, Tommy. I can handle it.
You call this handling it? You two, off your asses. Let's go.
I do enjoy them relatively enough, Stukia, but I have to admit that I prefer, you know, not doing them on a replay because, like you say, they're basically filler.
Get in the car, useless.
And copyright. Yeah, probably the single strongest connecting thread between the 3D verse and the HD verse is Laszlo himself. Although that's one of those vague things, because it's not a direct connecting thread. It's not like he specific. So in Vice City, he specifically references events. Excuse me, I'm saying this wrong. In 3, he talks about events that happen in Vice City. Let's state that in correct chronological order. And in San Andreas, there are references that make it clear that it's the same Laszlo from Vice City, right? But by contrast, to my knowledge, all the stuff he says and does in 4 and 5 do not directly reference the events of the 3D games. And of course, he finally shows up in 5 as part of missions. So the worst game Rockstar's ever made is Grand Theft Auto 3. No, I don't know. I'd have to look up their esoteric titles that I have only played once and didn't like.
needs a little more protection.
Oh, hell, not again. I don't need this crap. These idiots operate out of DVP security around the block. You guys just sort it out amongst yourselves.
I'll be seeing you later.
Yeah, whatever.
You have no idea how close to death you are right now.
Feel the wrath, punk. These things don't have brakes, baby. That hurt my rum shaker.
Rum shaker? I haven't played Bully in a long time. In fact, I've only played through it once. But yes, is the answer to your question. Aw. No. There's no need for that, officer. No. God damn pig! One guy left. Hate pigs. Unless they're bacon. And they're okay. I think there is a method of getting out of, like, what just happened, but I don't know it off the top of my head.
Forget about it, Mario.
I told myself, she's always giving me a hard time. What hardware have we got?
I got those clothes you want.
I told myself, Mario, what hardware have we got? Forget about it, Mario. I hate that woman.
I got those clothes you want.
I don't think so, Kamek. Oh, for God's sakes. Come over here, jackass. Oh god, the other guy's like caught. Come on. Come on. Just nudge this guy out of the way. There you go. Good boy. Wait, no, now he's just running. Whatever. I'm surprised there's no mod for that Dark Horse Run. It's just saying, freeze! They say. Instead of get out of the car, it's... Oh, I can't do the squeal, but imagine a pig squealing noise. You know, that kind of thing. I was just thinking, I don't know how many issues we're going to have with 4 and 5 when it comes to copy wrong. Because their approach to music actually changed in the HD verse. And they wrote a lot of custom music for 5, for example, so I'm going to have to look that up. See how bad it's going to be.
Protection needs a little more protection.
Oh, hell, not again. I don't need this crap. These idiots operate out of DVP security around the block. You guys just sort it out amongst yourselves.
I'll be seeing you later.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
That would make sense, Mr. Red. And that's horrifying, Solavanti. I don't need armor. I got this. All I need is a car and no pigs. Seriously, I had that. It's just Cops showed up. And I didn't want to kill the cops, because that just makes it worse. Stupid. Aw. That sounds awesome, actually, Who Girl. Damn it, I had the grenades, too. I just realized I was going to finally try out grenades. And this is the perfect time to try out grenades. What's the cheat code for grenades? So there was Nutter's Tools. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, there we go. Okay, so... That's the minigun. That's not what I want. Oh, grenades! Grenades! Let's see how the grenades work. Let's get some armor in case this screws up. Oh my god, that's grenades. That's grenade tossing? Not in the mood. Not in the mood.
Stay away from me.
There we go. Okay, that's a thing that happened. How are they alive?
I thought they were throwing you idiots off the course. Free! We're done. Calm down.
Driving school for the gifted.
You can't run, officer.
Okay, we did it. We passed the mission. Now, I currently have weapons I shouldn't, including the minigun, so... I'm gonna fix that real quick.
Hey, where's your car, honey?
Tommy, we gotta talk about stuff.
What's the problem, Lance?
It's you, my friend. I feel you're not giving me a fair slice. And more than that, you've been embarrassing me in front of the boys. I can't have that.
Lance, it ain't like that. You've been making mistakes.
Tommy, I'm not your message boy. I'm not your running boy.
Lance, don't screw up and we won't have any problems. I screw up, you can lay into me anytime.
Tommy, I done everything for you. You treat me like a fool. Don't do that.
Lance, I won't rip you off or stab you in the back, okay? Just take it easy. This is tough enough without you getting all emotional on me. Trust me. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
I hear you, Tommy, but I can't take this much more.
Lance, don't be like this. Now I'm warning you. Do you hear me? Just relax. Take a few days off, okay? I'll talk to you.
Prick.
This girl's a real tiger, man.
God, such a childish piece of crap. See you around, Solavanti. Thank you for not being a childish piece of crap. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna kill him pretty soon, but we're not quite there yet. We gotta do a bunch of other stuff first. We haven't even started buying missions yet. Or buying property. Speaking of which, where the hell is the Malibu? I actually don't remember. Oh yeah, I should save. Thank you. Or I could buy the Malibu. Then save. No, Mr. Ed, I'm sorry. We're all full up. So first we'll get the gun I want. Oh, wait, I can't afford it. I have 19... No, I've got $2,000 to spare. I'm looking at that right. I got this. I got this. I got 2,000 bucks. So we'll buy that, which is the shift button. We'll buy that. And we're done. Okay. I'm glad someone likes the music, King Nothing. Thank you. Who's the second one, Night Forager? Oh, you mean Diaz, don't you? I'd say Vance is worse. Diaz is a joke, and we kill him, and then he's gone. Vance is a whiner, who's childish and stupid. And we kind of drag him. He's like the load. And he's worse because he's the load, because we carry him through so much of this friggin' game. There you are. I would like to procure this property. Tab. Now we're broke. But we bought the Malibu. Okay, now let's friggin' save. I don't remember what the save is in here. No, not the mission. I want to save. Saving is out. Apparently I'm an idiot and I didn't even see it. But yeah, this exact thing is why I've been trying not to... There it is, thank you. Trying not to spend too much money this whole game. Is so I can buy this frickin' place. Okay. Now, let's go do some missions. Let's go do those missions next. So, favorite time frame. So what I'm going to ask you guys. Like, if you had the power to decide what the next time range is for the next GTA game, what would you pick? Where would you go for? Sorry. Medieval. I mean, 2077. That's pretty specific, Vigilant. I feel like there's a reason for that. 30s? Yeah. Get right into the speakeasy era. '80s? We already did '80s. 60s, 70s? We've seen several 60s, 70s. David Wise is amazing. Regular reminder. Yep, no, there's another 30s. I have to admit, the 30s is pretty tempting. I was going to give another answer, and I've already given it. But 30s, ooh, that's a... There's a lot of potential there. So I don't remember the actual years, but my thought is the Sengoku Jidai, set in Japan. Whoop, overshot it. We're in the 30s? I mean, we haven't done Chicago yet. Or whatever it's called in this verse. They've actually... There's a list of all the, equivalent cities in GTA, and I don't remember what all of them are off the top of my head. But I know quite a few of them have been done. That's an interesting question, Harian. I would, but I like continuity.
Got you again. Hey, Rossetti. Cougar says you can handle a bike pretty good.
Yeah, how many more errands am I gonna have to run? I'm a very busy man. If it's a fight that's gonna settle this, then bring it on.
Being one of us ain't just about brawling. It's about being part of a family.
Yeah, I've been part of a family before, all right? It didn't work out.
Yeah, right, but this family takes care of its own. We don't ask a man to do the dirty work and then let him do 15 years hard time. Yeah, that's right, I've done my homework. This here's the biggest family of misfits, outcasts, and badasses. Hell, some of us have even been betrayed by our own country.
I was locked up during non-ugly business.
Which is why I'm gonna ask you to go mess with the man. This whole damn country needs a kick in the ass, and we're the ones to deliver it. So get out there, grab a bike, and show this city how pissed you are.
All right.
I don't have much ammo right now. I have basically no ammo, actually. Well, we can fail or cheat. Which would you guys prefer? And we could try it. What? So, okay, I did the wrong cheat last time. I got the high-end weapons, which I don't want. Was it professional tools? Go buy ammo. No. We need the money for other things that are more plot relevant. I don't know the cheat for low-level tools. Hey, Fuzzy Duck. Get out of the car. There we go, there's the level. It's the thugs tools, it's the low-level tools.
Don't make me run.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's my freaking gun? There it is. So helicopters don't have collision.
I did your wife. The front to attend 7 east downtown. Rotterdam 19 east downtown. There is a 10 17 east downtown.
I like how this doesn't count as any kind of chaos. This is hysterical. Look at this.
There is a 10 7 south east downtown.
You guys ever catch any criminals?
One south downtown. Suspect now red motorbike.
Let's try that again.
Rotterdam 7 south downtown. There is a 10 7 south downtown. There is a 10 19 south downtown.
What are you buying at? Yours.
There is a 10 7 south downtown. Respond to a 10 19 south downtown.
So we've already generated more chaos than we did last time.
South downtown.
Chaos control! Sorry.
7 south downtown. There is a 10 7
God, I'm
south
out of ammo.
downtown.
I'm really tired of the pigs, so we're just gonna get rid of them for the moment. Because they're despawning everything else. Still not gonna make it.
Come on, partner, we got things to do. Move it.
Suspect on foot. Respond to a 10 7 east downtown.
This is how I run right here. in real life.
Come to a 10-7 east downtown.
Oh, thank God. Gimme.
There is a 10-17 east downtown. From the 10-1 east downtown.
Thank you for the tip, D. Daniel. I probably wouldn't have figured that out otherwise. What was the name of that mission that I just did? I'm just wondering. For no reason, really. I can look up the name later. Let's go ahead and save and take a break, shall we? Messing with the man. Thank you, Wilking. This game doesn't have a money cheat? Oh, no. I was actually thinking as a last-ditch effort, I'll just use the money cheat, because 3 had one. But, apparently Vice City doesn't have one. So we really don't want to waste money then. My goodness. I could try Cheat Engine, but there's issues with that. And yes, we need to sacrifice Lance to Korn. That is very important. Although, he might reject him, honestly. Oh, that's true. Alt-tabbing and crashing. So yeah, no, we're just gonna have to make this happen the old-fashioned way. We'll do what we can. But for now, we're gonna pause. And do lunch. Which means I have to exit the game and hope it starts up in an hour when we have to fire it up again. I don't have any additional positives to give right now. I do have a negative we're building. So let's go ahead and just kind of toss that out there. But for now, I'll be back in about an hour.